No shit?
Yeah, he was like a year ahead of me in
South
high
Jersey
school.
kid.
Yeah.
I always forget that. The mayor.
I keep forgetting that the mayor of Philadelphia is a South Jerseyman.
The mayor of Port Richmond.
That's true.
The mayor of Philadelphia is Aaron Hurd.
Oh, that's true. But he's also not from Philadelphia.
He's from Percy.
Yeah.
None of them can spell Eagles like the real mayor from.
Dude, that shit was so fucking funny.
Man,
It was great.
Talk about getting caught up in the moment. That just sucks.
And it's funny, like, that's like other cities, she could do that, and they'd be like, yeah, she's a good egg, let her go. Philadelphia's the one place where, like, somebody would try to fight her over it.
Yeah. All she had to do, though, is be like, I really fucked that one up, didn't I, guys? All right, let's start over. Like, and everybody would have been like, yeah, we're all fucking
like,
morons, too.
EGL? What the hell was I thinking? And everybody's like, we've been there too, sweetie.
That wouldn't have even made the news.
No.
Right.
Seriously, Katie Catcher never would have talked about that. But instead, she's got to roll with it. And everybody's like, wait a minute.
Or you and Murrow's girl.
Oh, Alicia Vittorelli?
Vittorelli.
Oh, Jesus.
Is she 6?
What?
Is she Channel 6?
Yeah.
Action
ABC,
News?
Action News.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. Just a thick-ass Italian broad. You know she used to make good food. That's why. Like, something about, like, probably about, like, a 6 in the face. The body's probably about an 8. But she's like, you just know she can
I'm listening.
fuck up a kitchen. You're like,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, like some of that body's going to hold up, but not like this part of her arm.
Oh,
like,
no, she's going to have the bingo
mom.
wing. Yeah, she's going to have the wing.
But
yeah.
she's going to stir the shit out of a pot, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck yeah, dude.
Ooh.
Or like her baked goods are probably on.
That creates
fucking
inertia.
point. And if not, she has like 2 or 3 aunts that can do it for her.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, hell yeah, dude.
And
That's the only good part about Italians.
and they gotta have Sunday dinner or whatever.
Oh, to make the fucking great. Fuck that shit. Like, just get out of a jar, you fucking weirdos. So you went to, I was watching your clips, and you went to the Eagles parade.
Yeah.
On a scale of Philadelphia to Philadelphia, how Philadelphia was Philadelphia?
It was, I was in South Philly and it was a calm Philadelphia. So it was just like Philadelphia. Okay. It wasn't as wild where I was. I was at my buddy's house and it just kind of was, there was families. Like it wasn't where beers were being like hucked over and drilling people in the head. Like if I was 10 years younger, I would have been knee deep in that part. I would have been sleeping overnight, like camping out. This was just, I took it very light. And not boozing anymore made the parade weird. Because like as soon as the parade was over, I was just like, all right.
I guess I'll go home.
Yeah,
now.
I guess I'll go back to work. Like that was it.
Because we're not sports dudes, but a bunch of our boys went.
So many.
And I told them, I was like, I'll stop making fun of you guys for being adults who go to a parade if both of you meet from far sides of the parade and meet in the middle, but you have to be holding your phones in the air while listening to the damn Yankees high enough and just meet in the middle and like high five, and neither of them did it. So I'm going to make fun of parades.
It's weird. I keep acting like I like parades, and every time I'm at one, I go, oh, these fucking suck. Like any parade.
Like, I guess it's kind of cool for like, I'd say 10 minutes. And then after like you see like the 4th thing go by, you're like,
yeah. Well, and then you realize too, like parades are for kids. Like I have a 4-year-old. I take her to parades all the time. She loses her fucking mind, and I love it because I'm just like, all right, she's entertained for 3 hours, and she got candy.
Yeah. And then after they're fucking beat too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you go to a parade like the Eagles parade was mostly adults, and it was just like everyone kind of standing around talking about like ailments, waiting for their heroes to ride by.
You mean they were the fucking kitchen table discussions
100%
in real life?
Yeah, and it was.
You're not going to believe who had a fucking heart attack last week.
I'd honestly be scared to take kids to the Eagles parade.
Oh yeah, I never would have.
Was it 5 years ago they were in the Super Bowl as well?
Yeah, 2017. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that one dude was eating horse poop.
8 years ago.
Yeah, man.
And like having to explain that to your kid.
Oh my
like,
God, it was 8 years.
Dad, why is he eating horse poop? I'm like, well,
yeah. I'm so scared. Like when my daughter finds like shit like that. Because that's going to be like how I see, there's no footage of like the Eagles in the early 90s, early 80s, like the fans. But every once in a while, it'll be like, we're outside a Veterans Stadium and there's just a guy throwing up and like fighting somebody. You're like, that's just somebody's pop up. And I'm like, oh yeah, one day I have to explain like where I was in 2008 when the Phillies won. Like,
Dad, is it true that there was a jail?
Yeah.
In the vet?
I've never been to a professional football game, but my mom used to take me to Phillies games when I was a little guy. And the very first time we went, we were in the nosebleeds because that's what you can afford. And people threatened to fight my mother.
Fuck.
They were New York fans. They were just because I remember the whole time the game was going on, they were screaming, "Let's go Rangers, let's go." This is at a baseball
At a
game.
Phillies game, yeah.
And I'm a little kid. I'm like, Mom, why are they talking about the Rangers? Aren't they from Texas? Because I thought Texas Rangers baseball, whatever.
Right.
And the one guy called me a fag, right? I'm like, I'm 8. I don't even know if I'm one yet, dude.
I don't even know what I'm into yet, okay? I'm still discovering
I'm still
me.
figuring it out, dude. And he just calls me this, and I'm just like, you might want to bleep that one, but go figure out what it means. And she was just like, so she like moved us like one bench forward. Like it didn't help.
That solves the problem.
And they ended up getting in a fist fight with other Phillies fans that were like a couple seats ahead of us. And my mom was like, all right, just eat your dollar hot dog. Let's get out of here before the 7th inning.
And now they took that away from us. There's no more dollar dog nights.
I think that's the wrong
What will they take next?
That was actually a smart move because
banging.
It
was
was
good hot dog.
They were solid dogs. Now they do like it's like 2 for $5 or something.
Fuck out of here.
That doesn't roll off the tongue as much as dollar dog. You could be blackout drunk and belt out a dollar dog.
I was so stoked on dollar dogs, and just that, and she would always get me the little ice cream and the little helmet. And ice cream, cool, whatever. But I was so stoked to have that little helmet for some reason. I
got back into those recently because we took my daughter to like her first Phillies game the past couple years, and every time we go, she gets a helmet.
Yeah.
So now I'm eating cereal out of those things. Like I've been cracking peanuts, dude. I got back to I've been on poor man snacks recently. I just got a big ass Costco bag of roasted peanuts.
Okay.
And I've been working my way through
it.
that every night. You forget like the classics, how good they are.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I worked my way through every Cheez-It option in the last 4 years, and I was like, I need to get back to basics, dude.
I was at my buddy's house, the guy I work with, and he had Cheez-Its on the table. He's like, "You hungry?" I was like, "Take whatever." I was like, "I'm opening these Cheez-Its," and it was smoked Gouda Cheez-Its.
Yeah, they got to stop.
And I was just eating, just like, this is the greatest invention of all time. Like, they've really outdone themselves. What is this, Nabisco? These guys are great.
What are they going to think of next?
Welcome to the Irrelevant Illiterate Podcast.
I forgot about that part.
Today we have with us South Jersey, Philadelphia-based comedian John Montague. John, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
But so Philly didn't really deliver on their normal nutball shit?
On the parade, I mean, it was insane. Some dumb shit. I mean, the general manager got drilled in the head with a beer can. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Oh, man. And I'll tell you what, he played it perfectly. Like, he went up on the mic and he was like, all right, whatever I say here is going to end up on a t-shirt. And he got on the mic and was like, I bleed for this city. And I was like, that's pretty fucking metal. That's sick.
That's some like Braveheart level of thing to yell out.
Yeah. That's going to be played next year, guaranteed first game.
Oh, absolutely.
People are going to have a montage of that, and they're going to be cutting their own foreheads open to match the scar.
And that dude will never have to pay for a drink in Philadelphia again another day in his life.
Nor should he. God bless Howie Roseman, my favorite Jew of all.
Yeah, like I was like, because remember that one back in whatever year you said it was, when people were eating like poop and like climbing things and falling to their deaths. This year's like people
that happened again this year.
Oh, did somebody die?
Yeah, another kid. And it was, what's bad now is like social media has advanced so much since 2017 that it was like that night videos of this kid fully dying, falling were on everyone's phone.
All I can remember was the bus stations collapsing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw the guy.
I thought like when they were they greasing the poles?
Yeah.
They did that after that.
That's kind of like not the best
it's a challenge now.
Yeah.
Also that it's like now you just made it a guarantee that they're going to fall and die.
Well, and South Philly is already horny for a greased pole. Have you ever seen that at the Italian festival?
I mean, if I had a dollar for every time I heard that.
Hear that, bro?
All the fucking paisans in South Philly that are definitely secretly gay.
But it's also super funny to see like people now, like the most recent parade and like after of the game, whatever, people climbing up the poles and everybody's like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" and like you're stoked on them, and then just that sad climb down.
Yeah. There was a comic in Philly that it went pretty viral too.
That's one of the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah, Ben Staub. So Ben climbed up and got like a big round of applause, and then he climbed down right to the cops.
Yeah.
Right as they were grabbing him, people started chanting, "Let her go!"
Yeah,
let her go, because he had longer hair, and he was like,
so funny.
He was like, "Dude, I can't even get like that was the coolest I've ever been," and it had to be ruined right then with that chant.
It was also funny that like when they're doing that, like he didn't do anything, and this one cop's like, right, like we got to take him, but
he talked his way out of it too. I think he beat the case. They let him go that night. Yeah.
I think the story was that they turned around the corner and he was like, guys, just make it look like
like you knew this was going to happen,
or like or either he did or they were like, we got to send a message.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Listen, we're gonna fuck you up.
but get out of here.
But we're only going to punch you in the body. No face shots.
Yeah. Tell your friends we punch real good.
Or if it's funny if they just like squeezed his cheek, like, you get out of here,
Yeah.
you.
Smack his butt.
You come back and you cheeks rosy? What was that?
Get out of here, you
Nothing.
little rapscallion. But it's just funny to watch. Like the climb up, everybody's so stoked, but the climb down is just so sad and awkward.
Yeah.
You
Unless
kind of like
slide
want to
down.
jump.
Right. Oh, there was a couple stage dive that were like the one dude took a header right out front of City Hall. And you could tell it was like people that have never been to like any type of show. And the dude just launched himself into a crowd and assumed that these people that aren't paying attention would catch him. Like,
No.
like usually everyone's looking in the same direction at a show. Like
Right.
they see you come across, they're used to people stage diving on you or like trying to crowd kill you. And it's like this dude dove and just skidded his forehead on on Broad Street.
Oh, man.
And got up and looked like, you guys didn't fucking catch me.
happened?
Like, where
What
were you?
It's like, do you see anything in our claws say we got to fucking catch you?
Yeah.
It's like,
and,
dude,
but he, and he dove at like a crowd of girls too. Like,
Oh God.
Yeah.
Classically the worst people to stage dive onto.
right? The worst.
and like, like anytime I see someone like he's about 150. No, not worth it.
Yeah.
Was he about 110, 120?
Maybe.
How
But he's got
many people around me? All right, come on. Yeah, like that.
But he's got a backpack on, so
Ooh, what kind of shoes does he have on? Is he going feet first or what's he doing? And if he crowd surfs, you're like, all right, I'm dropping you now. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
What are you, Eddie Vedder? Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, I would have to jump down. Like
grab his fucking
even
ball.
if I just fuck my ankle up, whatever. But at least it's way more cooler than just sadly.
Yeah, you gotta do like a
shimmying.
cool superhero land too, right? Like you gotta land like one hand in the air, one hand down.
And just wink at the hottest girl you see.
Yeah,
It's like,
pop a collar you don't even have on and walk off.
do one of these and you're like,
Meanwhile, every bone in your ankle is just shattered.
yeah, you go around the side, you're like, I gotta sit down for at least a month.
Yeah, there's nothing better than just trying to play it cool when you know you're gonna be
know you're
in
excruciating pain.
urgent care within the next 24 hours.
your foot is just a little too flat and it slaps the ground and you got the tingles and
Yeah.
you can't walk right.
Each step you're like,
you-
that's new.
But even if you like fucking cripple yourself and you paralyze yourself, at least you know like Philadelphia will be like, yeah, I remember you fucking falling off that thing.
Yeah.
I'll still buy you a donut. Come on,
Right?
let's
You
go.
I mean, you can make a career off of that now. With like there's enough dudes in Philly that are just like mega fans that have become so noticeable and now they're in like Primo's commercials.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like and shit like that. Like and that's good, that's good local money. At least your mom's gonna see it and be like super proud of you.
I see that. That's my
I was
son.
Yeah.
I saw this thing. It was on
That's my son on
Yeah.
TV.
it was on Channel 6. It was this one dude is like this Philadelphia super fan who actually went down to New Orleans for the game. And he brought a small urn of a dead friend that used to go to all the games with him. And he's like, I guess maybe it's like you had to go see the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl, yada yada yada. And
Was he an old guy or a young guy? Because there was
I'd say 50.
Okay, because they like honored a dude who was down there in New Orleans for what was it, New Year's Day? Like dude that just drove down Bourbon Street and mowed down a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So two of the guys were from Philly. One died and the other one's leg is like mangled. And they were down there and they said like if the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl, we're coming back here. So of course that kid like put that out there. And then the Eagles brought him back down for the Super Bowl. It's like, it's also tough to bring him back to the place where the worst day of his life happened. It's like,
He's like, oh, the Eagles. And
Yeah.
he's like so stoked. And all of a sudden he like goes down that street and he's just like,
It takes a lot of cognitive
gets like a
dissonance.
nice cold sweat
Right.
going.
every time he sees like any type of jazz band, he just starts crying.
But it was just funny because they were interviewing this guy who's brought his friend in this tiny urn to this game, which is sweet. All right. But this was like probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon when I saw it at least. And the guy had full white and green face paint on, like a faux hawk going on and just all like dicked out. And I'm like, dude, it's one.
Yeah.
When did this wasn't, it was Super Bowls on Sundays, right?
Right.
This was like a Friday or a Thursday.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a little much of.
It's so funny to think that big tough dude had to bring a makeup kit.
Yeah,
he has
exactly.
multiple days worth of paint.
Or
he has
like
to put
before,
on.
like he like goes on like Channel 6, so like his friends like, no, come here, and just like touches up the white on his eyebrow.
Yo, let alone the fact, first of all, he has to ask his girl for makeup wipes.
Yes.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, it's Friday, so you got Saturday, Sunday until the game, right?
Yeah.
You have to go back to your hotel room or whatever, take it off,
Yeah.
go to sleep, and put it back on.
I like to think he sleeps in it, and he has like one of those bibs that they put on like newscasters when they're. He's just sitting up in a chair. He's like, "Babe, you know how good this paint job is. I can't."
It was a pretty sweet paint job.
It's gotta suck, if you commit to that
Yeah.
and then you're the face paint. It's like the wrestlers that all committed to it.
Yeah.
Like at some point, Sting had to have been like, "Fucking another night of this shit." Like,
He's never.
just let me get in the rafters.
But how, like, people like Sting, like say like he has like a daughter, right? And like his wife's like, "Oh, well, your daughter's starting to wear makeup. I'll go help her." He's like,
Yeah, honey.
"Pump the brakes, sweetheart. Dad's got this one."
my makeup bought this house.
Yeah,
Like,
what are you
Dad,
gonna
why do you
start-
know so much about makeup? Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
your dad's a real avid fan of the Philadelphia Eagles, and they couldn't stop going to the goddamn Super Bowl here.
Yeah, they just
all right?
kept winning. It was my thing.
Right? Normally they're bombs, but for some reason,
They had a great 2024. I gotta
yeah.
tell you.
Like, what do you want me to do, lady?
That kid that ate the shit has to keep eating shit. He's like, I want to quit,
Yeah.
but they just keep winning.
Like, oh fuck, what is Brian going to do next? And Brian's just like, I ate shit last time. I was like, guys, I don't know, but Brian, come on, Brian. He's like, but look, man, I got like a serious job now. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to be better. So like, Brian,
No, you
And he's
can't
like,
quit it.
Fuck.
Thanks
It's
a
on a
lot.
plate and they're just pushing it across the table to him.
Thanks a lot, Gene.
People are bringing him like weird animal shits to eat.
He's cheering against the Eagles at some point. He's like, I can't keep
God
this up.
damn it, stop it.
Yo, he's not a horse or nothing, bud. I got my blue nose pit here. Is that cool? He's got an Eagles flak jacket on.
He's got muscles like a horse.
Yeah, not for nothing. I feed him horse, so
He's got like skin condition, like it's real common in pit bulls.
Oh
you know?
god damn, dude.
I would love to see him get a Primo's commercial. He said, when I'm not eating piles of shit on Broad Street.
You know what I love? Good Italian meats on a nice Amoroso roll. Yeah, that was another thing they're hyping up on 6 was there's apparently some Philadelphia transplant in New Orleans that makes like Philadelphia cheesesteaks, and people were like all excited about that. And it's like, yeah, we ship in Amoroso rolls. I'm like, great, so they're stale by the time we get
Yeah,
them?
dude, people
Like,
gotta
fuck outta here.
fucking people have to stop with the cheesesteak shit. Like,
Yeah.
they're good. I enjoy eating them, but
Yes.
I like anytime I go anywhere else in the country, they're like, so tell me, which one's your favorite cheesesteak? And I'm like, the pizza place a block and a half from my
Right.
house.
Yeah.
It fucking rules. Like,
They're like all good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Anthony Bourdain did that whole episode about cheesesteaks, and then he was like, the best one's in Camden, New Jersey, and people were like, what the fuck?
That's what you
not
fucking
way.
get.
Not
Like-
fucking wrong.
That's
though.
exactly
You've been
what
to
you
Donkey's
get.
place?
No.
Okay, Donkey's place where he's talking about. It is really good, but it's different. Like, it's a Kaiser roll, a circle
Yeah.
roll, and they just put a fuckload of onions on there, whether you want them or not. I love it.
I do. I love onions
And
too.
I mean, I'll do anything Anthony Bourdain said except kill myself. Anything.
Well, even that.
His later work, I wasn't a big fan of. His early stuff.
His later work's more what I prefer. I don't know.
Yeah, I would avoid Argento, but killing myself, not out of the possibilities
Yeah.
yet.
But and it's like pizza. The best pizza I've ever had,
Jersey.
New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Actually, in the Camden area, this place called Papa's.
I don't know if I've had it.
Yeah, we used to.
I mean, it is everything you can fall into a pizza place and it's good.
Yeah.
In the greater South Jersey area.
Another great place for pizza, also right outside of New York, Connecticut.
Canary cut. I mean,
yeah, isn't that where Mystic Pizza is? That
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock flick?
Yeah,
I believe
that's
it was
Julia Roberts, I believe.
same girl.
Yeah, you're
mean-
right.
I mean-
I'm sorry, you're right.
Prove me it's
I
not.
thought it was one of those girls that wasn't quite either of them, but you're kind of like, oh, that's that girl that's not Julia Roberts or whatever. Was it Cher in that fucking movie?
I don't know.
Who gives a fuck?
I know my mom loved
I want to say Sean Penn, but that was Mystic River.
it. Way different movie.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
I want to go
Way
crossover
more
Mystic
child
Pizza
molestation.
River
Is that
would be
My pizza
incredible.
in there.
Are you fucking my kid while you make that pizza? Like, what the fuck, dude?
that my pizza
This took a
in there?
turn. But yeah, the whole cheesesteak argument, the best one I've had recently was at the terminal market.
Yeah.
Dinnick's.
Dinnick's, yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. And they also have a banging ass pork.
Yeah, they're like
porkette.
a roast pork sandwich.
Yeah.
place. Yeah, and they're all good.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're all good except for the ones that everyone asked me about. Geno's and Pat's both suck. Jim's is the
Suck.
best, like, big one in Philly.
Yeah.
I'd say also because you can get a Yoo-Hoo at Jim's, and I'll go any
true.
place that sells a Yoo-Hoo. I've been on. This is like
And
the
I
third
feel like-
podcast in a row I brought up Yoo-Hoo, and I'm just
Yoo-Hoo
trying to get a
rips, dude.
sponsorship.
And there was a fucking knockoff Yoo-Hoo that I was into for the longest time.
Who you?
It was I used to work at a gas station when I was like in my I was like 19, 20, and they got this shit called chocolate mousse.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But that
my
actually
God.
had milk in it, I think, right?
Yeah, I was
'cause
fucking-
Yoo-Hoo is milkless.
Yeah,
It's
I was
water
putting
and
those-
chocolate drink.
Yeah, it just says on there chocolate drink, and that's why I love it. There's no bullshit.
chocolate mousse. I was putting them away. The fact that it was like really ramping up my kidney stones.
Yeah.
But I was like, worth it. But yeah,
I'll crush a Yoo-Hoo on the drive home tonight. I'll stop at Wawa, crush a Hoo.
There's one less than a mile from here.
Oh, I was already
know they
there.
have 'em.
I got a nice little cracker snack pack in the car.
I thought
waiting
you
for
like
me.
you have a Yoo-Hoo Finder app on your phone. Dude, Yoo-Hoo rips, dude. And there was a Casapula sub shop in Ellesmere, Delaware, had Yoo-Hoo and Orangina at one point.
They have Tahitian treat too,
Oh,
That shit's just diabetes in a fucking bottle.
and it's delicious.
yeah,
The whole time.
I'm not gonna lie.
There's a Casapula's up the street
Yeah.
now too.
But yeah, you can like seriously
Good.
go to Philadelphia, anywhere within a 10-mile radius, you're gonna find a good cheesesteak spot.
yeah. And that's the thing too. Like you go to those places, like you said, the Nick's roast beef. Like there's way better sandwiches than a cheesesteak in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
or even in South Jersey, Delaware,
I'll take
wherever.
a fucking pork and broccoli Rob over.
Well, that's what the
lot of
pork
the
head is at Denix. It's fucking great.
I don't understand how they can't recreate any of these sandwiches. Like I lived in Harrisburg. It's only 2 hours away, and there wasn't a single good like sandwich place. And it's like you can. That bread could be there in the same day. You can great like I don't know if it.
But you also notice there's not a lot of good anything in Harrisburg.
I'll tell you what, farmers markets fucking rip.
Oh.
Dude, you can go in. I used to go in, and there was a Amish dude that would give me a half a rack of ribs, and he would just peel it with his bare hands, just monster hands. And I pretty much would just buy
it
it
was
to get to
raw,
watch it.
that's
yeah,
pretty impressive.
dude. It was incredible.
That is
Forearms like a
impressive.
god, and then just no fucking teeth and a bowl cut. It was incredible.
Fuck yeah, Isaiah.
It's like, oh well, I didn't get these biceps by brushing my chompers. Dude.
No, I got it from fucking Raising Barns,
Like
dude.
Harrisburg, like Middle Pennsylvania, like Harrisburg area. Like
It's wild.
we used
out
to
there,
play a lot
though.
of shows in Mechanicsburg at that.
I love
place.
Mechanicsburg.
And even that place is like, there's nothing. Like it's
gets-
fine.
Yeah,
But
what's the place that
food-wise,
was out
there's,
there?
Like, there was Love Drafts.
No,
yeah,
There was a Love Drafts there.
right on 2th Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
There's like, because Love Drafts is like there's a bunch of them.
I love when I was drinking that place had a shot that had a piece of bacon in it, and that was like
Yeah, it
when
was fucking
I
weird.
moved out there, and it was a cinnamon toast crunch shot with a piece of bacon in it, and I was like, this pretty much sums up Harrisburg for me.
Yeah.
That was like the first night I was out. I went out with like a coworker, and he's like, "We got to go have these." I'm like, "All right." It's like 6 of those later.
That was one of the last places I went to that had they called it there. It was called like the ashtray or something. But it was basically all the liquor that was in the mat under like the taps
Oh,
and
yeah.
the pours, and they would just like
It's a Jersey Turnpike. That's what we call them in
it's
Jersey.
Different names all over
All
the
the
place.
bar
but yeah.
mats, and then
It was
you
called,
ash a
an
cigarette
ashtray.
into it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and out they're like, it's free, but if you drink, if you did this shot, you got your next 3 drinks for free.
wow.
But you had to
That's for fucking animals.
if you could keep it down too, had to have
Yeah.
been like a big part of it.
Yeah, but honestly, it wasn't my first shot that night. But
Right.
I was just like, all right, well, this is just
God
gross,
help you.
yes, but cost effective.
Yeah.
And I've always been on a budget. But yeah, Mechanicsburg is just like, there was no food, like it's all adequate, but nothing I'm like, oh, it's
Yeah,
fucking
nothing
banging.
nothing
Yeah.
you're going back out there for.
It's
Yeah.
a great another one of the like we talked about earlier.
It's like
fucking-
Maryland as a whole.
It's a fucking rest stop,
Yeah.
fucking runoff town.
Yeah.
thing.
Like,
Like
I had,
the whole middle of the country.
I had great times there, but just food wise, it's like, there's nothing really.
Yeah, Sheets gives you heartburn immediately.
It is pretty sick though, if you're like on like a road trip or like you're coming home from a show and you're like, that's the one place that's open, you're kind of stoked. But
Oh, I'm gonna
It's like-
I started comedy out in Harrisburg. I lived out there for 3 years, and then before moving back to Jersey, Philly area, and my reward when I go to a show out there, if I do even slightly well, is I'm gonna go get boneless wings and Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce at Sheets, and I'm gonna get Tums also because I have heartburn before I hit the Turnpike. It's
flavor?
incredible.
What flavor Tums? Original?
I like to go with the variety,
I
the
like-
rainbow.
I like the berry.
Shake them up. Yeah,
I like the berry flavored ones.
the Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce,
is incredible. I have
Here's
a bit about it. It's one of my favorite things on earth.
here's the thing with it, it's like, do you ever eat a food like a dozen times, say you ate this food a dozen times, and you still can't figure out if you like it, if you love it or hate it?
Yeah.
That's where I am with Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, this is fantastic. Then other
It's an
times I'm
emotional
like,
roller coaster.
this is disgusting.
You'll go through all of that just through like your first nugget too.
Yeah.
That first bite, you're like, oh, there it is. The
stages.
second one, you're like, why did I do this to myself?
Yeah, it's like it's got a weird aftertaste, but then you're still dipping the next one.
Yeah,
in
you're
to
gonna
go.
eat all of them. It's not.
Yeah, my thing was always the fucking the cheese curds from fucking Sheets. Well, also like Wawa. Wawa's good, right? But
It's old reliable. It's not.
yeah,
It's,
Right.
It's good.
it's not good.
It's not.
I got my staples. I'm gonna get there.
It's consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's not pretty good.
When you're drunk as hell and that's the only option on the table,
Then
you're
it's
like,
great.
nice, dude. I can get.
I love that this conversation can happen anywhere. Like I've had this same conversation without mics, just with
Yeah.
3 drunk friends in South
Yeah.
Jersey. You remember when they used to cut their own meats, dude?
That's
Remember
when
we
I
had
worked- that's
hot.
when I
Remember
worked
we had
there.
hot roast beef there. It looked like dog food, but it was banging.
I do not remember hot. I
You
do remember-
don't?
I do remember the slicers though. That's when I.
Oh,
worked,
these
that's when I
remember-
worked there.
It was hot roast beef. And they used to have hot turkey too.
You remember their first go at pizzas? They were awesome. They had a
Yeah.
barbecue chicken pizza with onions on it. That was incredible. They would make it like
was
right
like the
there.
little ones,
yeah, it was
right?
like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
personal pan. And you never felt bad about crushing the whole thing in the parking lot before you even started your car.
Yeah. I never gave a shit about it anyway. That's why.
Then
I
their
got to
second
the
go
sauce.
at it, they were just like, we're Italian now.
Like, no, you're not. Just shut up. You know damn well it's a fucking tombstone.
Right.
Just give it to me.
Yeah.
Don't make eye contact. And just like, let's not fucking kid ourselves. Yeah. But if like, the thing about Wawa, it's great because some reasons, like, it's 2 a.m., you've been out all day, and you're like, this, like, it's better than just like going to a random gas station getting Andy Cap, like, cheese fries and just
Yeah.
like, being like, all right, this is what I'm eating. You're like, oh, I can actually have a sandwich.
You know what I love about 2 a.m. Wawa is the lady making your sandwich will be as frantic as if it was noon and she had a rush.
Yeah. Just doing this, like,
Oh God, do we even have any lettuce? I'm like, I don't even care. Just put whatever's back there on it.
yelling to an
That's all I need.
imaginary person in the back.
Yeah.
We got more of these rolls coming out. And
They
like,
all
you
look
know
really-
there's no one there.
They look really angry at the self-checkout now too. I use the self-checkout a lot at Wawa now because I hate I always have headphones in listening to something.
Same.
And I just don't want to talk to people. I have to talk to people all day for work. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to people. And I hate just watching the guy have to stand behind the self-checkout and watch
Yeah.
me slowly take his job away. Like it's
Because it's
getting
either
outpaced by
that
robots. It sucks.
or there's someone's or the other people that like you go to the counter when there's someone's actually working it and they look at you like, why didn't this motherfucker just go to self-checkout? He's got
Yeah.
2 things.
True.
What is his fucking problem?
Now I have to stop stocking cigarettes again.
That's all they do, right? That's all you do as a Wawa
literally
counter.
He
all
stock
they do.
smokes in the fucking the little tins, the
Zins
and
the
shit,
Zins and Skull and
tobacco.
stuff like that, yeah.
That's another thing. I quit. I used to dip heavily for years and I quit. And now Zins are fucking huge and it angers me so much.
Yeah.
It's just like a nicotine Altoid, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just have to watch all my friends now just slowly like push them into their gums as I'm talking
Or
to
have
them.
this stupid lip.
Yeah.
Yeah, push
But I
that
do
like
miss
me.
I miss dip lip. Dipping was fun. I
remember-
it was the best. It was like car rides, like driving down here tonight. That's where I get like I want to dip again so bad. Delaware's a dip state
I've
too.
never heard
That's-
that take on it. It's
No, that's
brilliant.
actually true because I remember when I was still in high school,
Ew, kids
all-
in my school did it too.
all the fucking like the soccer team, like the fucking like the elite kids,
Yeah.
they would always walk around with like empty Coke bottles that they're just going like just
Yep.
spitting in the entire time. Like, and these are like the cool kids, and all of us other like trash bags were just like, nah, that shit's fucking corny. What you doing?
It was so shitty and trashy, and I loved it so goddamn much. I still remember the first time I ever dipped was after me and my friends went to a girls' JV field hockey game, I believe, to check out the ladies. And there was do you guys have one-stop shops down here?
It's probably called something else.
And so they also in Jersey call them the Dotties, because it used to be called the One-Stop Shop. It was owned by Indian people. Everyone called it the One Dot Shop. Then that just turned into I'm going to the Dottie to get
Yeah.
smokes. To the point where like my mom would be like, "Oh, can you go grab like milk at the Dottie?" And
Yeah.
didn't even mean it like direct
had-
at the
we had
progression
poppy
of it.
stores
Okay,
because it was just Spanish people instead of
right.
Indian people. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Dottie, they would sell a good tin, and my buddy went over, somehow bought one, and was like, "You want to try this cherry skull?" And
You're like, I like cherries. What's up?
exactly, I thought it was like Dr. Pepper. I just threw a handful of it in my mouth. I was like, "This is how you do it, right?" I'm,
Yeah.
like lightheaded, and you're 3 beer drunk immediately as
Yeah.
you do them.
I remember a buddy of mine used to like. He had like this weird like you know how you used to pack cigarettes, right?
Yeah,
You pack them. He would have this weird like little shuffle he did with like cans of like just Skull and
with
shit.
the tin like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, does that actually do anything? He's like, I don't know.
It looks and sounds so cool. That's what it does.
It looks
It's
bad.
a great little fidget.
And then cigarettes looks badass.
Yeah, it does.
It does the fucking.
Yeah.
It transferred to dudes playing beer pong would always be trying to.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure there's no water on the ball doing that. And then it just turned into like douchebags would use it to clap. They're just like, yo, that was tight, bro.
It's the same thing as fucking hippies with this.
Yeah. It's a bro poetry thing. Just fucking sick, dude.
Dude, he's up there. He's fucking speaking to them hard, dude.
You know what's funny though? I'm making fun of it, but everything in that just felt right for me to do.
Right?
It was everything in me is just built to be.
And I guarantee you right now,
dude.
if like you like gave me like a 10, I would probably instinctively start doing that because like this is what the cool kids in high school did.
Yeah.
Back in me like 1940, but it's like, god damn. Dude.
Yeah.
Does that actually do anything? Like.
It
They're
does
like,
everything. It's
I
like
don't-
anything somebody gets from a cigarette times 1,000, dude. It's going right in your bloodstream.
I've done tobacco. I remember I used to
yeah,
work at
I've done tobacco.
I used to work at a gas station.
I was cool.
And when I was working at the gas station, I was smoking. So only cigarettes we could steal were the ones that no one was buying.
Oh yeah.
These weird off-brand shits. But I remember like one time we also used to carry like, this was not tins, it was the packets of shit like Red Man, Skull.
Yeah, the pouch,
It was like
yeah.
a pouch.
The chaw.
Yeah. And for one day, we're just like, me and my buddy, was just hanging out there. We're like, let's just fucking do this. Let's see what happens, right? So we're like packing our cheek with like, and this like, just loose like
It's just
tobacco.
leaf. Yeah, it's a leaf.
And we're just like tucking in there. And we're like, yeah, we're like hamming up. I thought we were the funniest dudes in the world. I think about an hour and a half after, we were both so violently ill
yeah.
that we're like, we got to go home. But we
Yeah.
were both working. And we're like, only one of us can go home. And I ended up drawing the short straw on that one. I was just like, I got to stay. But I was just fucking
You're like, you know what? The only thing that's gonna help me, more chaw. You just keep, it's like then the addiction starts.
And like, it was just one little, we only did one pouch together, but we
Yeah.
didn't do it all at the same time. But we're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Did you eat it?
Now you just kind of hack it and just let it sit.
I know what you do. I'm asking, is that what made you
No.
No, it's your gag reflex triggers anyway. It's like
yeah.
it's even like the viscosity of it. It's so like chewy, like that thick spit. Oh
Yeah.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Oh, but it's so
Yeah.
great.
It's like what that spit. It's like that spit you get in your mouth when you have like a really bad cold.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Phlegm?
it's good.
Yeah,
It's
but
loogie.
just instead of
It's a good
boogers,
lug.
it's just this weird other shit.
It's phlegm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just pure tobacco. But we were like hilarious. Like we were like ding, like thought we were hilarious.
Oh, nice spittoon. I lived in a house. I lived in
We
a.
have one.
Oh, nice. You guys have a spittoon and no dip? Come on.
Right?
I'll go back to Wawa. I'll be right back.
Yeah. But dude, we thought we were funny as shit. But then like an hour and a half later, we were just both like
Yeah, it ruins you.
chalk white, violently ill. It's like,
That was like-
God damn it.
That was the progression. Like I remember the first time I did it. Then I remember the first time I ever threw a lip in when I was drinking. And you're like, this will be fine. And then you just barf all over yourself.
Yeah.
Then you learn to get good at that. And then I had like roommates that would drink with a lip in. Like you would just chug beers and also drink
That's
the
nuts,
juice.
dude.
It was insane. I lived with 5 other baseball players in college.
Oh, animals.
And it was a fun house, but it was those like spitters, like these would all these empties would be claimed as a spitter.
Yeah.
And then somebody's girlfriend would accidentally drink out of one every single
That's
night.
happened to me.
Every night. I remember watching a girl the one time, like it hit her lips and she just pale, as ghostly white as you can be. And we're like, it's okay. This happens all the time.
They're a worst case scenario.
Like I remember I used to actually like
And they still
smoke.
showed up. That's the sad thing.
Like I used to actually smoke cigarettes. And then the one time I actually did, this was back when they finally started doing like the pouches originally. I put it in and I was just like, within 10 minutes, I was like, I got to take this out. This is just too much.
Yeah.
I was just shaking.
Yeah.
I was jittery. It was like caffeine times a million.
Right.
I was like, nah. And I used to like I was a smoker and I was a drinker, but I was like, this is just.
That's why these like
Can't.
the Zyn thing, it's just pure nicotine, right? So yeah, you're not even getting that sweet tobacco.
Yeah.
There was wars fought over. You show some goddamn respect to
But it's
tobacco.
like, what's the point?
It's like freebasing tobacco at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's candy. Also.
We kicked an entire
down.
indigenous species out of their own country to get this.
Yeah, corn and tobacco. It's what this country
Yeah,
is built
right?
on, goddamn it.
This caused us to give disease-ridden blankets to a whole race of people. And this is what? Come on, dude.
Put it in the peace pipe, brother.
Yeah, I don't understand. Dude, that shit's just gross to me.
Yeah. No, it's funny. Like I won't go back to it, but I miss it so much. It's like it's such a weird thing.
For some reason, I think it's still think it's cool when I see somebody when they had the lip out, like the little puff on the bottom lip.
Yeah.
I'm like, Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's
I still feel like, like when Beavis and Butthead, you see like Todd. They're like, yo, Todd is so cool. I'm like, dude. It's all.
yo, that guy's gonna have to get part of his jaw removed in a couple years.
Oh, I remember the commercial. All the commercials were so good.
Oh, yeah.
The ones you show us in health class, and it was like someone like half like their cheek is gone from like just lip cancer and shit. You're like,
It's the stoma lady that she. You want to make sure you turn your stoma away from the shower.
Then it's like 10 days later, Terry died. I'm like, then how is she still making new commercials? This doesn't add
You
up.
wouldn't believe
mister.
it though. Skydiving, like
Drug-related homicide.
actually zero cancer. Crazy. She just
died
loved having a hole in
a
her throat.
shootout. It was.
She was run over on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
She's like, you'll never take me alive. Like the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. And you're like, oh,
Go
fuck, Terry.
Birds.
Yeah, just go Birds. As much as I hate sports, the Go Birds shit, honestly, sometimes is kind of funny.
Yeah.
There was, this is maybe like a year or so ago. There was just some lady yelling at this kid in the street about how rude and much of an asshole
Oh,
he
he
was.
just keeps
Oh, the
repeating.
Vikings-
And he's
the
just-
Vikings lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just bombed out of his tree, just going, Go Birds.
Yeah.
The best is that he's doing the Bernie too. He's like,
Right.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
I mean, it's officially become Philly's Roll Tide.
he won.
It's now Philadelphia's Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Literally is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking hysterical.
I've been hitting people when it says I just hit them with it, and also with you, like, and just go back to my
And a
Catholic
very-
roots.
And
Yeah.
a very Go Birds to you as well.
Oh fuck! One of the funniest things I saw. This was the last time the Eagles were in the Super Bowl. The Dunkin' Donuts I go to is all Indian. No. And,
What?
yeah.
Where?
I know. Like Dunkin' Donuts has this thing. The Monday after a football game, if the Eagles had won, it's a free large coffee. Just one per customer, but
If they lose, you owe them a call.
yeah, if you have them, either that and then like a fucking high five. So this guy just like gets his free coffee and he's like, hey, man, go Birds. And the Indian guy behind the counter is like, yes, many birds.
I love that.
Many birds is so much better than Go Birds.
yes, many birds. Yes, many birds. I
Indian
was like,
dudes rule.
it was so awesome, dude.
I don't think we're ready for it, but there's an influx of cool Indians about to wreak
oh my
havoc on
God,
the U.S. And Many Birds is going to be everywhere.
Dude, it was fucking hilarious. For some reason, the one Indian Dunkin' by my house, they occasionally get like a guy in that you can tell they're not Indian, first of all, but they're on some kind of program. Like, they just got released from prison or something. There was this white kid that was working, just making like the sandwiches and shit.
Oh.
Neck tattoos, hand tattoos, but nothing
Classic.
else. That look. And he was just like fucking, I walk in, the first time I see him, he's just talking to one of the Indian kids that's working in back there too about like, yo, you hear this fucking mixtape, blah, blah, blah. He's fucking spitting. It's just like, and the kid's just like, eh. And like, I know that kid is going to school at night. He's going to be something in life. You might not even be here in a week.
Now you're going to hear that kid's going to have Bollywood like movie lines in his next album that he drops, his next SoundCloud album.
Well, yeah, that one Indian kid, he talked up at Dunkin' when he was working there. He's like,
He's gonna sneak in.
he's like, yeah. He's like, yo, dude, Sundip, he's got me in with fucking Bollywood, dude.
Yeah, he hit me up with a 1 pound fish. You ever see that, dude?
Dude, I got Kumail Nanjiani on my fucking new tape, dude. It's fucking nuts. I don't know any other Indian actor. I'm sorry.
He's all of them. He actually he plays all the roles.
He's the only one I know.
They just cast him as the Indian in the cupboard. He's gonna do all of them.
Oh fuck, but dude, yeah, that was just fucking funny as shit. This dude is, and there
Many Birds is so
yes,
good.
Yes, many birds.
Many
yes, many birds.
I love that.
I fucking love that.
I hit when I was working the night of the Super Bowl. It was 5:30,
Yeah.
and this dude came up to the register, finished, and he's like, "I gotta get back to the TV." And I hit him with the most genuine of all. I think I told this story already, but the most genuine of all time. Like, really, what's going on?
Yeah.
And he goes, the Super Bowl? And I was like, oh yeah. Forgot all-
Never heard of it. Go
I
on.
was,
Yeah.
I was literally wearing a Dawkins t-shirt.
That's fun to do as a non-sports fan when people are just like so like amped up talking about it, and you're like, oh, what's the move tonight, guys? And all
Right.
your friends are just like,
Or they hit you with it and you got to spin it around like, no, I'm just going home probably.
Oh, is that what this shirt is? Oh, shit. I thought this was a band.
Just going to play some Red Dead and
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe
Eat
roll one out, you know.
Eat some ice cream.
Eat some
Many
pizza
birds.
rolls. Many birds. Many birds fucking rips, dude.
Many birds. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's good.
I want to make a shirt now in the font, the old school Eagles font that says "Many Birds."
Yes,
actually,
many
shit,
birds.
that's a parlay hat, right? You can get a parlay to make them.
That's true.
He's doing a pop up at my show next Friday.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna set a table. I think I found him from watching your guys'
Awesome.
clips. So yeah,
Tell him that, dude. He'll fucking talk your ear off, dude.
nice.
Tony
yeah, it's
Pocono's
coming
a
out
good
next.
boy.
We got a new bi-monthly show that he's gonna post up and sell some. I mean, what a better time to sell some shirts right now?
Yeah.
and make your fucking bank, dude.
He's hawking them.
Yeah.
He's doing a great
He's
job.
fucking doing his best. I think we're doing a couple episodes out of his shop sometime soon.
Oh, nice.
It just looks cool as shit in there.
We were supposed to do it.
And it was his idea.
We were supposed to do it. I think was it last week?
Yeah.
But of course he's like, I don't know, dudes. I think I got a parade to go to. We're like, all right, fair enough, man. We get it. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, a
Yeah.
parade on a Wednesday, huh?
Yeah. But then it turned out he was right. It was supposed to be on Wednesday, but weather pushed it to Friday.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Still make fun of him, though.
Of course I make fun of him because he's like, yeah, you like come through. We'll do it from my shop. And
Yeah, it was
like,
literally his idea.
and he wanted to have a quiz me on Philadelphia sports.
That's fun.
Not-
And you're not a sports guy at all.
No.
Yeah.
But honestly, things like I grew up, my mom likes sports, all my friends like sports. So honestly, I probably know more than you'd think just by listening.
Through osmosis.
Like I paid attention to baseball in like the late 80s, early 90s.
That's when it was the best time around here to pay attention to it too. And
Yeah.
everybody's mom watched it because everybody's mom's horny as shit for like Darren Dalton.
That's why my mom's still horny for baseball now. She likes this dude, JT
Realmuto.
Yeah. Like that's what I got her for her last birthday was a jersey of
An OnlyFans subscription, the JT
Yeah.
Realmuto.
I always like if I go over and she's like watching a game, I'm like, you looking at them Dominican butts, is you? And she's like, stop it. I'm like, you're looking at Dominican butts, aren't you? She's like, shut up.
I don't know if they're Dominican. They might be Cuban. I don't
like maybe
know.
he's from Honduras. I don't know where he's from. But yeah,
But
dude.
he's thick.
Weirdest thing, Panama.
Yeah.
But dude, I was stoked on like 90s Phillies because they're all just a bunch of fat dirtbags.
Oh yeah, just
It ripped,
absolute monsters. They should have never been as good as they
What was
were.
that? I was like Darren Dalton, Dykstra.
Lenny Dykstra in his prime, dude.
One
Prime
Nut
Coke
Croc.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete Incaviglia. They had
Yeah.
to do with Tourette's.
My first favorite baseball player was Juan Samuel.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That was late 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like
you got your
88-ish?
baseball
Yeah.
knowledge.
And then like thing is like
It's so niche though.
I still remember it, even
Yeah.
though like I haven't paid attention to Phillies in years.
Dude, I hate how much I still retain that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I have a lot of things I need to remember in life, and I can't. Like,
My hard drive is
my kids'
fucking-
middle names
Yeah.
half the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even know. I love you. Like, but then
Yeah.
you toss on like any song from 98 to 2004. I'll know every single
Yup.
lyric.
Even a song you don't like.
Even all the ones I hated. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know those like 1 second challenges? You have
What's
to
that?
you hear 1 second
Yeah.
of a song and you have to identify it. Almost always can.
Yeah.
I don't need that
Any
information.
genre. I'm
don't-
bad at names though. I'd have to be like, it's the one about you don't impress me much. That one.
Yeah.
Shania Twain.
And I could also like, and I could like
Sorry. That's an
name,
easy one.
and I could name you like 2 movies. The song had been in the soundtrack.
The video game it was in.
Yeah.
Shuriken.
Okay.
And which
Yeah.
one?
But like, who sings it? It's like, I think it's Train.
Yeah.
Like, no, actually, it's this band. Like, oh yeah, it's one of those bands.
It's Train.
Yeah, it's just Train, dude. What are you talking about? It's Wheatus.
Yeah.
Shut up. Yeah. Yeah, I can remember that shit, but like, if you're like, yo, what's your social? Like, fuck.
Oh yeah. No, I have to write it on my hand.
Like, I know
daily.
the last I know the last 4 numbers because I think I had to make that my ATM thing, so I didn't forget that. You got to make everything number related. I had to make it all the same thing just so I remember.
Yeah.
Like, I only have to remember like 8
that's why
numbers.
I started having kids, was so I had new passwords. I was like, oh, I guess their names, that'll work.
And even then, you're like, you're,
Yeah,
fuck, Derek.
Frank. Your name's Frank, right?
Yeah, right? He's like, my name's Susan. What the fuck is wrong with you? He's like,
I'm a girl.
but
I'm
you
a
look
boy
like
named
a
Sue,
fucking,
Dad.
you look like a Derek. I'm like, what the fuck you want from me? That's what your mom wanted to name you, but I was like, nah, that shit's fucking corny as hell.
Nah, a girl named Derek would be awesome.
I wasn't. That's the sequel to the Johnny Cash song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy named Sue.
It's a girl named Derek.
Derek. She ball taps you as soon as you say her, dude. It's the worst.
Yeah,
She keeps hitting me with this thing below
Yeah.
the belt.
God damn it.
Yeah,
It's all right. It was above the table.
yeah, it's true. The only way you're like, what are you talking about? Yeah. But yeah, it's like
I love
she walks in. Every room she walks in, she's like boner check. Boink. You're like, God damn it.
Ah, it's just fucking Derek being
Ay,
Derek.
fucking Derek. God damn it,
You see Derek shred on guitar, dude?
dude. Like I thought it was just Guitar Hero that she was good at, but dude, she can actually play, dude.
Derek wails.
Like, dude, she can play any Blink-182 song you can fucking think of, and not just Adam's song, dude.
Which means she can just play the same 4 chords.
Right.
In different orders.
And then, but then she rants about UFOs for an hour and a half, so it's kind of cool.
Talk about fucking calling your shot and being like, suck it, guys. I was right. I'm Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's just funny because like everybody was like, "Yo, this guy has lost his shit."
We just talked about this like 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
and then
Really?
it
And I
pops
was
in.
like, nah, he was right. Look
Yeah.
at him.
He hit it when they were in Philly. I saw the clip when they were at the Wells Fargo Center, and he was like, "Guess what, you pieces of shit? I was fucking right about aliens.
he
Suck
got
my dick."
He got so
That
much like
rules.
shit for that.
It's a victory
That
lap.
rules.
Yeah.
He rejoined the band to do a victory lap.
Yeah,
As he
fucking
should.
sweet. Like,
How sick is that?
Deservedly.
He left at like the peak of the band, found out that aliens were real, and then was like, "Guys, can I come back now?"
yeah, I just gotta like, and
And the greatest joy of all, can we kick out Matt Skiba together?
We'll bring him back every once in a while for an Instagram clip. That's it.
yeah, but just like,
Yes, we can.
and there's like, we don't want you back. Tom's like, yeah, but I was right. Like,
Yeah, but aliens,
Fuck, he
dude.
was,
the
dude.
aliens told me you wanted me back,
Yeah.
you piece of shit.
aliens saved you from your fucking plane crash, Travis Barker. He's like, fuck, you got me, dude.
I forgot about that.
You married an alien.
That
you
probably
fucking
was
freak.
aliens. You think that
True.
was?
Damn.
Yeah,
Yo,
dude. Talk about
this is what you get for not believing Tom.
It was an
Type
omelet.
thing.
yeah. You get fucking. You just got the long, dude.
You just got. If he came back, he's, you just got the long boy.
He looks
Yeah.
up as DJ AM's taking his last breath, and he's like, "DeLong."
Damn, they should have.
Tom flies off in a fucking.
Damn, looks like they should have taken the long way.
There it is.
Oh, Jesus.
There it is. It's right there.
Because I remember actually sitting through like 30 minutes of his appearance on Joe Rogan. I don't like Joe Rogan's podcast, but I was like, oh, this is going to be funny.
It's laughably the worst podcast.
Yeah.
of
It's
all
so
time.
funny too, though, when you hear a drummer get to talk, and then you're like, "Oh, you have nothing to say."
Yeah.
No wonder they put you behind the
yeah.
fucking drum
Yeah.
kit.
That's one of the worst things about like seeing musicians on any podcast. It'll be a musician you actually like.
Oh yeah.
And they stink.
And you're like,
dude.
oh, I love this guy's band. This is gonna be so sick. He's and like, then you get on there, and it's like, people are just like, oh, so you've been in this band? They're like, yes.
Yes.
You're like, oh, you're boring as fuck.
Like the time McCusker talked to 311.
That was weird.
I made it like 10 minutes because I don't give a shit about 311.
I just like will like breeze through like a 311 song. Like, yeah, that was a song.
Yeah.
yeah,
but
you
they-
know what? Amber is the color of my energy.
Yeah.
They fucking were so boring.
They gave him nothing.
Yes.
They were
To go
so
off.
bad. It was like a 37-minute episode.
Well, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, what do they have to talk about? They haven't done
Literally
anything,
anything.
since 2003.
Then talk
True.
about 2002 to
Yeah,
true.
whatever.
yeah, talk about how sick it was when you were in the band. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And luckily, he's a guy that can carry conversations on his
Right.
own shoulders. But I was like,
It was, yeah. It was a lot.
But at some points, it was just like, damn, it was sick what you guys did in '96. That was it.
Wasn't that cool?
one of the things I
Yeah, it
look
was
forward
pretty cool.
to a lot. This was a few years ago. Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, did Joe Rogan, and I was like, oh, I want to see this shit. And I had actually
So
seen him
did
do
I.
late night stuff, and like I was like, he's kind of a dud, but this will be cool.
Yeah.
And he just brought zip to the table. I'm like,
That was one of
yikes.
the worst episodes of any podcast
it was a chore.
I have ever heard.
I was so excited. I was like, he has nothing. Everything like Rogan would ask him, he would just like single one word answers, like, yeah, no, I guess. And you're just like, never like got any further than that. You're just like,
He didn't do any Boomhauer. He didn't even like.
Oh,
he's like, he'd be like, well, I got the voice from Boomhauer from this one neighbor I had, blah 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 blah. And like, but he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's what I want. Like,
like,
if you're
God
gonna
damn
like, if I'm gonna ever listen to something that Hank Azaria's on, I want him to do all the
the
voices from The
Yeah.
Simpsons. Like, do the voices.
Yeah, where'd you get Wiggum from, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Also,
yeah.
R.I.P. Hank Azaria. I know he's still alive, but still.
It's dead to me.
His best thing ever though was that movie Mystery Men. Did you ever see that shit?
no.
Yeah.
It was a superhero movie that Ben Stiller.
Wait.
Ben Stiller.
I remember the movie, but I never
Dane
watched
Cook
it.
was in that movie.
Oh, shit.
He was.
Dane Cook was the waffler.
Yeah.
He burned people with a waffling iron.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Hank Azaria was
That's not bad.
Hank Azaria was the Blue Raja.
Yeah.
And it was just him doing like that same Apu voice over and over again. And William H. Macy was the shoveler. His power was he shoveled real good.
I need to watch this movie tonight.
It was fucking stupid, but I loved it.
It was definitely Ben Stiller just capitalizing on like it being 1999 probably that came out.
Yeah.
Was it post Zoolander or pre?
Pre.
Oh man.
But it was post like Heavyweights.
And I think also post something about Mary. Maybe?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
And he just had fuck around money.
Oh, so that's when he like started making movies then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janine Garofalo was in it when she was still relevant.
That was like peak Janine Garofalo.
Yeah. She was still kind of hot.
Yeah, in a weird way.
But not sad like it is now.
I don't think she's less hot now.
I think she looks exactly the same as she did in
exactly the
1999.
Pretty
because
much.
she looked 53 in 1999.
She also acted 53 too, yeah.
Who else is in that? There was another girl in it. Or no, I'm thinking Christina Ricci. She wasn't in it. I'm just thinking about her.
I just knew there was somebody that had the soul of their father in their bowling ball.
Oh, yeah.
I think I have seen this somehow.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. It was his skull, wasn't it? Or was
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like this fucking like greenish colored bowling ball with a skull.
I need to
on it.
look up who
They
that
just
was.
wanted an excuse to use the cool bowling ball
Yeah.
at
True.
at the alley. The one that you like go bowling and you see the bowling ball that's what $250 or something. You're like,
Yeah.
that is a cool ball though.
Yeah.
Like if you were trying to rent a ball at a fucking bowling alley, they're like,
How much-
That one's $20 more.
Dude,
How much for the skull?
The amount of times I've been like one eye open looking at my phone at a ball that has a rose in the middle of it, like Bigger and McCracken. I'm like, that's the ball I need.
Nice. All I remember about Bigger and McCracken was the fucking
The hair flip.
yeah.
Awful hair. Dude, his
So
hair
good.
was so good.
Great movie though.
I showed that movie to Kelsey's family for the first time at Thanksgiving when we went to Tennessee.
Yeah, they never saw Kingpin.
They never did.
Did they like it?
They loved it.
That's
You know,
awesome.
like how Woody earned his fucking rent. Did you get any of it?
Yeah, you're like, guys, I'm gonna go get drinks for the first like 6.5 minutes.
Her mom is like a fucking like has gone on missions, like the nicest Christian woman of all time. She was like, oh, that's just great.
Oh,
He's like,
jeez.
You must have knocked something loose up there. I gotta take a shit.
She's still laughing. She's not sick in the head. And she was like, that's just gross.
But funny? Is it funny?
So funny. I showed them the Naked Gun for the first time.
Wait, who are these people? I feel like that was. How old are her parents?
Like 60, like mid
They
60s.
never seen Naked Gun?
Nope.
There was nothing else to watch when Naked Gun came out.
And the craziest part is that her dad, shout out to Gary, is like, he's like that kind of humor guy.
Big G, what's up, Gary?
Gary fucking rules. He loved it. I was like, I'm
Huge OJ fan.
I was
Did
like,
you break the news to them about OJ Simpson yet?
No, I don't know how they'll handle
You're
it.
taking them one step at a time. You're like, all right, guys, now sit down. I'm going to tell you about something that happened in 1992.
He stole some memorabilia,
I'm going to take it back even a little bit
quote
further.
unquote stole.
Allegedly.
Everyone heard about the Bronco chase, but he's a slapstick humor guy, and I was like, trust me, this is joke for joke the funniest movie ever.
What's his slapstick humor if he's never seen Naked Gun? Like
newer-
Airplane?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and newer stuff like the fucking Will Ferrell cycle of movies, and
That's so fun because now you look like a genius showing them this stuff. Like,
I'm
Yeah.
the fucking comedic hipster.
they're just,
fucking
The spirit
pulling
guide.
off-
yeah.
he showed us this movie, Tommy Boy. I can't wait for another flick with this Christopher Farley fella.
It's this fat guy, and he's wearing a small jacket.
Yeah.
It's insane. You know what's funny is like, I have a hard time watching Kevin Spacey movies now because of what he did, but I've rewatched all the Naked Guns and just nothing. And what OJ did is exponentially worse than what Kevin Spacey did. Norberg gets pushed down the fucking stairs at that stadium. I'm fucking laughing my ass off.
Yes, every time.
Look, you got to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
This is really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You know, man had a personal life. I mean, you know, did you
have
guys
our
watch
flaws.
I love that they keep coming out with documentaries that they just want to be like, he fucking did it. But then they have to be like, but here's all the reasons that they fucked it up. Did you watch the newest one? That was,
There's another new one.
a new one just came out on Netflix. And it's probably, each one
About a
is
year
better
old,
than,
I think, right?
No, one like just came out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And it's like a 3-parter. And in the middle of it, they kind of convince you. They're like, you know what? I think the corrupt LAPD really fucked this one up. But then in the end, they're like, but rest assured, he fucking did this. Like,
The last one I saw, I think it was maybe a year ago I saw it, or maybe summer. It was the big reveal was that there was somebody that he was parked in this alley behind Nicole Brown Simpson's house. And some reporter and his friend were just driving down that road and happened to see him parked out back of there around the time that all this shit went down.
Yeah, there's a lot of
that's it.
In the newest one, they have a lady that saw him at a red light. She's like, I saw him in the area at a red light. You're like, nah, did you?
That sounds a lot like
and it takes you 4 episodes to reveal that she saw him at this red light.
And well, here's the problem though, is because like, if it was around here, you don't look at anyone at a red light, but all those horrible fucking LA pieces of shit that are like, I saw a celebrity today. Like, they're sitting in there.
I always look at people at red
lights. I always look for OJ at red lights, dude.
Yeah.
Still.
You never know.
Yeah.
That's akin to like, oh, my cousin went to high school with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did they though?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he was like 5 years ahead of them, but
right. Like
they could have seen each other.
Like my mom actually went to high school with Judge Reinhold.
That's fucking sweet, dude.
Who never actually became a real judge, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
And a fucking letdown to his namesake.
I think they should
he's in the yearbook
not very honorable.
I think name alone, they should have knocked like how many years do you think it takes to become a judge? Because you got to become a lawyer. 2. And then like, okay, let's say it's 2 years to go from a lawyer to a judge. I think Judge Reinhold should have had to do a year and a half.
How do you become a judge? That's a good point, though. Yeah, he should
you
just
have to start
expedited.
a lawyer, I think, and then
you have to first. You have to pass the bar. You have to have a record, and you have to run for it. You have to be elected.
But yeah,
there's a race. There's an actual race.
Yeah,
I think Judge Reinhold should at least gotten like 6 months knocked off of.
At least he should have at least had his own TV show where he's a judge, right?
True.
Yeah, that's
why wasn't he on at least Night Court?
Yeah, give me a Judge Joe Brown right after Judge Joe Brown.
Missed opportunity.
Or just put him on Night Court.
True.
You know,
syndication money on the table here.
Judge Reinhold, Delaware's favorite.
Is he Delaware's #1 son?
I think now it's Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah,
I played in a basketball tournament that she was also in when I was a kid.
I used to.
That's my only claim to fame.
Nice.
My buddy found like the pamphlet. He was like, "Look, here's our team, and then here's the girls' division." I was like, "Oh, cool,
interesting."
That was it.
I used to be a butcher, and her dad was one of my regular customers.
Nice.
I never met her.
Is she? Yeah, is she actually like from Delaware? Or she was just one of, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
she went to the same high school my niece went to.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's actually from here. It's her, and then there's a guy that did a shit ton of years on Law and Order. Was the Delaware guy.
Was it Ryan Phillippe?
No, Raul Esparza.
I didn't know he was from.
I don't know if that's his name on the show or his name in real life, but yeah, he was like a DA on Law and Order.
I love how those two rank above the former president of the United States.
He's not from Delaware.
That's right.
Though.
I was in Wilkes-Barre and I was talking to people about that show. I was like,
he's a Scranton boy.
Yeah, he claims everything apparently.
Yeah.
Well, but you guys did have Hunter. He's Delaware born and bred, right?
Yes, he is.
And George Thorogood.
My sister used to be Ashley Biden's boss.
That's a hell of a sentence.
Yeah. I wish he was Hunter Biden's boss, though, dude. Hunter's so fucking awesome. No, in my heart of hearts, Hunter is Delaware MVP.
Yeah, he's just an ultimate Delaware rich kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what you want out of a fucking rich kid.
Yeah, because you forget that Northern Delaware is like old money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The whole Greenville zip code.
Yeah. Or that and like Newcastle. Jesus Christ, dude.
No, like those weird parts of Greenville and Brandywine.
Yeah. Or like Mont Shannon and shit like that.
Like,
well, like, that's what you want out of a rich kid.
A shitty rich kid. You want to, yeah, he's got to lose at least a gun a year.
and not even at his house, like near a park.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck yeah, dude. How do you lose a musket? Why do you have a musket?
Just imagine him that morning where he woke up and he's like, oh, all right, it could be in one of two places. It's either in this house or it's over near a fucking park.
It's in the
I had a hell of an evening.
He probably called at least 2 people. Hey, have you seen my gun?
You know, sometimes you just toss it in the waistband and go for a walk.
It's a recreation of that fucking great scene in The Wire when they've got Bodie in the interrogation room, and the cop just puts the book bag on the table. He's like, "Recognize this?" He's like, "Nah, never seen it." And he's like, "Oh yeah, well we got yours in there." He goes, "Which one is it?" And he's like, fuck.
Like,
He threw it right over that bridge leading into out of Wilmington into Ellesmere.
it's like, imagine like your guy is like just he's a rich person, but he's just boring. Like, he's actually like helps people, gives to the poor.
Yeah.
Or do you want a guy that's like going down like pool slides, buck naked? With
Yeah, I
a
want you to
crackhead?
waste that money.
Yeah,
100%.
I want you to fucking
It's
us a
hilarious
show.
to know that like if you were to become super successful and start like a long rich lineage, like
Yeah.
you worked your ass off right now
Yeah.
doing whatever you do, you made billions of dollars, that just 3 generations from now one of your grandkids is just going to be the most royal fuck up of all time.
That would probably be my biggest fear if I ever was a person that made like a shit ton of money, toward the fact that like you knew the next 2 generations would not have to do anything more
Look,
than
I got you on the board at Burisma. Just don't fuck up.
Yeah.
like you knew like the generation below you'd be like, oh, we respect Pop, so we're gonna fucking play it straight.
Essentially got him a no-show job.
But like
Yeah.
your great grandkids, like just
No, they don't give a shit, dude. They knew Pop for 4 years. That was it.
before he cashed his chips in.
Yeah.
And you're like maybe 2 of them are turn out all right.
Yeah, so
Maybe
stop
they'll
trying to make money, people. You're not going to create any fucking dynasties.
You're not.
You're going to just
They already-
raise your kids a little bit poor, and they're going to end up all right.
yeah, they already exist.
But
Don't-
honestly, I think Hunter could pivot into other shit.
Like, if you think he's going to turn it around?
No, he's not going to turn around. I'm saying he could pivot that and other shit.
True.
he's,
like-
he's gonna be a punchline in November, dude.
Dude, if Hunter had like his
And I'd
own
go.
reality show, you wouldn't watch it?
Dude, I would love to open for Hunter Biden.
Oh
Are you
my
kidding
God.
me?
This is an open message to Hunter Biden. If you ever want to do comedy, I'll gladly open for you.
I will
People
buy.
would cut their arms off.
Yeah.
Dude, I will buy the bag of Coke to give you like 30 minutes previous and just like, here you go, buddy.
Actually, you know what, Hunter? I'm running a bi-monthly show in South Jersey now. If you ever just want to stop by, I'll pay you in Coke. I'll find
Yeah.
it. I've never done it myself. I know people that know it.
You just want to pop in. Can you give me like 5
Yeah.
minutes? You know, it
just
doesn't even
come
have to
in
be a
and
tight
Just
pod.
stand there.
Yeah. Just come in
show
and
up.
talk about the laptop a little bit. We won't let people film it.
Just pulls his dick and balls out and just goes, Hunter Biden. And then he just gets off. You're like,
Dude, a puppetry
Well
of the
worth
penis
it.
from Hunter Biden, I'd
Yeah.
pay to see puppetry of the
Yeah.
penis, Hunter, all the president's
Yeah.
sons.
$500. I would pay for that ticket.
I want to see Hunter Biden fight the Obama sisters. That's, I think, 2-on-1, no rules, Texas death match.
holy shit, dude.
The Obama sisters then.
Oh, God, dude.
Right? Who's going to reign supreme? And then the winner has to fight Baron Trump. That's tricky. He's
final
a
boss.
big boy. He's a big dumb idiot that's he's gonna be so powerful on you. But what do you think? You think the Obama sisters could beat up Baron
2-on-1.
2-on-1?
Obama sisters versus Barron?
You think they're in the streets?
Yeah.
They got that
know.
Chicago in them. They
That's-
just come fucking
That is
strapped
true,
up.
but he's like sociopathic enough. I think he doesn't care how he starts the fight. Like,
True.
He'll fight
He would
dirty- he'll
headbutt
fight
a girl.
dirty,
He'll headbutt a girl.
He'll bite.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Their dad played basketball, like recreationally when he was still the president.
Are you just saying that because he's black?
Well,
The word is
half the reason.
True.
I'm saying it.
Half of them play
The
basketball.
black half is the reason I'm saying that. But I think like they were kind of raised more like to be physically active, whereas Barron I think was probably
No, he's a unit, dude. He's like dominating in soccer and shit.
Really?
His soccer clips like went viral on YouTube.
oh shit.
Yeah, the kid's
God.
like 6'7".
He's 6'8".
Yeah, he's
he's
a
fucking
monster.
lanky as fuck. It's
Yeah.
nuts.
There's like
He's gonna be the fucking president one day. That's scary.
there's a level of tall. Like 6'4" is fucking tall.
Yeah, it's
But
alarming.
above that is like freakish.
You're a different human.
yeah.
And he's like 6'8" is so big. To see that not lumbering but flying
Yeah.
down a soccer field.
And on a white guy that's not from Eastern Europe.
True.
You're like, what?
Well, his mom
Well,
is.
See?
So
It's not
kind of-
Don's genes, it's Melania's genes.
It's kind
dude.
of exactly in the cards, you know.
I definitely see him like staying in politics, and I guarantee you, like when
If he wants to, sure, he probably.
it'll probably be completely opposed to his dad.
I hope he becomes like a SoundCloud rapper.
That'd be fucked. That
Just
would
Lil
rip
Baron.
so hard.
Just fucking
Lil Baron.
I hope he
Lil
goes.
Baron. Lil Baron.
Baron.
Speaking of fucking comedies, I hope he goes fucking Malibu's Most Wanted and turns to B-Ron.
That would be incredible. That would be amazing.
I would actually fund getting that movie remade. Take out Jamie Kennedy and put
Dude,
him
a
there.
buddy comedy, Hunter Biden and Barron. hit the road together in a Tommy Boy like scenario.
One's dad's a Republican, one's dad's a Democrat. What's going to happen? And then like,
See,
Black Sheep 2.
yeah, that's
yes. 7 foot man in a little coat. Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Guys, I can't find my inseam in any stores.
Oh, dude, you're like an hour in the movie, like, your dad's a Democrat, mine's a Republican, but I kind of like you. And
I
then
guess
like,
we could be friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the love interest? The Obama sisters. They're the love
Aubrey
interest.
Plaza.
Oh, they come across Aubrey Plaza and the Obama sisters.
But they turned down Aubrey Plaza to go to the Obama's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're at a pool party and they run into all of them in Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah, and they see Hunter going down the slide with his dick and balls out.
Just
They're like,
dragging.
yeah, just like, I gotta have him.
It's got a dorsal fin.
It creates a lot of
He's got
drag.
a depth charge between his
It's
legs.
the opposite of a fin. It creates drag.
Yeah. He's a terrible swimmer.
It's more of an anchor.
It's more of a propeller at times if you get it.
Those videos bum me out too, because there's a person who's done drugs. And I was like, you're doing all these drugs and you're still getting it that hard that quick? Like, dude, fucking
Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
hats off. Hats off, dude. You deserve everything you get, you sweet boy.
Fuck you, but that rules too.
Yeah. I mean, like, and Biden had how many kids that died? Like 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Is it
one was
2?
from like the burn pits in Iraq, right? He died
he
of like
got
a brain
cancer.
cancer, right?
Yeah. So it's like, he's like, hey, man, my brothers are dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking party,
I'm
dude.
going to fucking smoke crack while I still got this time on Earth, dude.
Life is precious.
My dad's the fucking president.
He was the original YOLO dude.
See, he was still running like his dad was the president as if his dad won. Because didn't Biden ran in like the 80s, right? Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
I think like he still kept partying. Like you could be a president's son in 1985 and do whatever the fuck you wanted. Like that was going to get covered up.
Yeah.
How old is Hunter?
40
Not
something.
not 50 yet.
He's got to be in the 50s, right?
So 80s is like
I
prime.
think
because his dad's
late
like
40s, early
112. So
So he's probably born. He's born in the 70s. Probably. Yeah, that's 80s is like prime teenage party time.
yeah, dude.
What a life he's had.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably about 50.
He was hitting Dewey and Rehoboth
Yeah.
in fucking 84 before it was gay, dude.
Yeah, because I remember
There was no purple parrot yet.
Yeah.
I was
That's what I call my dick. dude.
I was
Hunter.
I was in daycare, and the daycare mom I had, this is in the 80s because I'm old, but she had us like wearing like Biden for president t-shirts. Like, you know, like it was like arts and crafts things we did. And I remember that. And I was only like fucking 4.
Dude, it's so weird when people put politics on kids like that.
Yeah.
I remember my friend, the one year, it was when Clinton and Dole were running against each other, right? He dressed up as Bill Clinton, and his parents dressed him up as it. Like, that was, and I didn't get it. I was like, I'm going to be a Ninja Turtle again, dude. Like,
Right?
like the last
yeah, you
6
are.
years. And he had a sign that was like, I voted for Bob. And I was like, I guess that's funny. I don't get it. But his parents did the whole thing.
Well, maybe like the parents at the houses he was trick-or-treating at or whatever was like,
I think they were trying to send a message, but it just confused everyone.
That's a shame.
I had a trick-or-treater dressed up as Jerry Seinfeld this year, and he was
Nice.
Indian, and it was the coolest
That's
thing
fucking
ever.
fun.
so he had like a turtleneck and like a blazer on?
He just came up. He was with like a bunch. He was like 11 years old, maybe 12. He was like the older cousin of this group. You could tell, and he's
Yeah.
walking around, and all the kids had like their costumes. And I was doing, oh, what are you? What are you? And then I stopped. I was like, wait, what are you? And he goes, hold on. And he hands his bag to his mom and pulls note cards out and a microphone. And he was like, what's the deal with Tootsie Rolls? I was like, you're fucking Indian Jerry Seinfeld. And I
Wow,
said, you're
dude.
Indian Jerry Seinfeld to an 11-year-old. Didn't have to have
Oh.
the Indian part. I felt bad about that later. I was like,
You're
that's
Jerry
incredible.
Patel.
Wow.
That's that riffs. And if he
I have no
and if he
words.
just like starts riffing
Coolest kid.
on candy, it's like,
Yeah.
what's the deal with
fuck-
Hershey's
His
miniatures?
material kind of sucked, but
Fuck
you know.
the candy. Here's $20.
Yeah.
What's the deal with Hershey's miniatures? Are they fucking candy bars for midgets? Like, what's going on? Like, what's the deal? Like, oh, dude, I was like, yo, give me 5 minutes on this payday. What do you got? Yeah,
Just grilling them, yeah.
that'd be funny if he was just had like a tight 10, just like on like, you know, like fucking indie.
I wish
porn.
you know if he was doing Jerry's new stuff and he's like, Palestine? Like, oh, shit.
all you privileged sons of bitches in this college. Like, oh god, I hate Seinfeld, the show, and I never liked his comedy.
You
but-
never did?
No, but the last 2 to 3 years, I'm like, this is awesome. I love watching dudes that are like, at like the pinnacle of their fucking craft, just like making everybody hate them.
He's just got nothing to lose, and that's that's such an awesome like little cheat code to have. And he's like, I'm the richest fucking dude possible. I can say what I want. Nobody can stop me. Like,
nope.
He can do whatever he wants.
In fact, he has so many lackeys that'll just ball wash him anyway.
Right.
I think it's funny as shit where like people are just like, aren't you worried about this, and this? And you're saying he's just like, and that's it. No words.
And that's the thing too. Yeah, he's just like, who the fuck am I to have an opinion on this? Like, I love that.
I'm the first like billionaire comic.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I got all the Nike Shocks I need for the rest of my fucking life.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stopped making them. They hurt your feet a lot.
Yeah. You could take away all the comedy shows that I was gonna play for the rest of my life. I'm still a billionaire.
I'll sell half of my cars and be okay for another 300 years.
Yeah. I'll go home and throw my dick into my 22-year-old girlfriend. Like buzz off.
There's been a good run of dudes now, like Bill Belichick. I know you're not a sports guy, but the coach of the Patriots. He has like a 23-year-old like TikTok girlfriend, and now he's going to coach at UNC. So he's going back to college to basically be like, once you leave me, there's 1,000 more of you right here.
Well, the fucking
everyone's mad at him. It's like, fuck it, dude. He did really good at his thing, and that's he's doing legal stuff. Let him live.
The singer,
college is above board.
Yeah.
The singer from Red Hot Chili Peppers has a 19-year-old girlfriend.
Disgusting.
And it's like...
Yeah, but I feel like there's something satanic probably with him.
And also, like, I've seen the pictures. She's 19, but looks 15. It's kind of like...
You know what sucks? She's 19. She still thinks the Chili Peppers are good. That sucks.
Right? Or she's never heard a single song.
Yeah, she's like, my dad loved you guys. Oh, imagine being her dad. And you're like, oh my God, man. Jennifer's bringing her boyfriend home from California. Yeah. And Anthony Kiedis walks into your house and you won't shut the fuck up about California.
The wife is horrified that some like 60-plus-year-old man is plowing their daughter. The dad's like, do you remember that one Lollapalooza tour? And it's just like geeking.
You remember that one song where you said dong ding dong ding dong dong ding ding dong? What did you mean by that?
Yeah, like was that meant to be?
Yeah. And please take your shoes off.
Yeah. And which
also please take all your rings and belts off.
And that feather.
Yeah. It's just like, what's that about? Damn.
Why is Flea here also?
Yeah.
he's just cocksock on.
He's like, I heard your daughter's 19. But yeah,
she got friends.
Like that shit, like that's wild as fuck to me. But yeah, I guarantee 19-year-old, like, when was the last Chili Peppers hit? 2010, let's say?
No. 2003.
Let's just graciously say 2010.
Sure. What?
So a 19-year-old was how old in 2010?
I forget that that's 15 years ago. 4.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, but 4-year-olds love the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
It's true. It is music for toddlers.
It's
fucking nuts. Yeah.
That tracks.
Jesus Christ.
That's all I listen to now is music. I listen to Kidz Bop nonstop. So you guys actually giving me the homework, I listened on the way down. It was such a nice, like, to get back out of. I will say this. Nothing against Kidz Bop. It fucking rules.
It does.
After I went to Kidz Bop Live, that's actually where I found out Donald Trump got shot at, which was the greatest thing. I'm sitting
while you were there
over in Camden at the fucking BB&T Tweeter Center, whatever it's called. And I looked around, you just saw a bunch of patriots looking at their phone and then like looking up.
Oh, I just imagine like somebody like came out, was like,
I wanted somebody to.
Everybody.
Like how
I don't
John
mean
Cena
to alarm anyone.
There was an attempt on
the president's life, and all these kids are like, yeah,
I was waiting for it, and then they're like, 2, 3, 4, if you want to be my lover. But it was just a bunch of dads being like, honey, you're not going to fucking believe it. It was incredible.
God, kids having the time of their lives and dads just in their heads in their hands, just like, oh no.
Watching dads booze at that too, there were this one dude, I went to the bar I was literally just getting waters for my wife and my daughter, and this dude was ripping those test tube shots that they have there. And I was waiting for him to just grab a guitar garita, the big old ones that they have. And I just looked at him and he was like, you need these, right? And I was like, no, man, you can just love your kid and enjoy this thing a little bit.
Just
like
fucking mangled.
Yeah, dude. Like, granted, I have been blackout drunk in this facility thousands of times.
Yes.
I've seen Jimmy Buffett here 4 times.
I can't count that high.
On purpose.
Yeah. I will say this. I never paid for a Buffett ticket, but I've seen him 3 times in my life. So that's a fun.
That's a flex.
Buffett's the kind of dude I'm like, he could, if you told me he never charges for shows, I believe it.
Yeah.
but he's still somehow like a millionaire.
If you charge
he had his own
$450,
He's like,
I also
yeah,
believe it.
but I don't wear shoes. I'm a guy just like you and
I'm kind of laid back.
Yeah, you know?
You guys ever hear of flip flops? Well, here's 43 songs about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they all rip. That was the best concert I was ever at because it was like there were like 80-year-old ladies shit-faced grinding up on you as you walk past. You're just like,
Wow.
this. I danced with my friend's mom at that concert, and
Nice.
she was always like the hot mom. This was a very big moment for me in Citizens Bank Park where the
Pull
Phillies
one of these
play.
like, here we go.
It's like, Sean, I'm so sorry, man, but cheeseburger in paradise. I can't stop myself.
Somehow all the people parted. They didn't actually, but it just looked like
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett started playing Dreamweaver too, and like everything got kind of blurry. It was incredible.
Oh shit, dude.
she was in perfect focus.
Yeah. Her husband high fives me while I was like aggressively grinding. Like it was a problem.
Like reach forward, grab her tits. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, all right, I will, man.
Yeah, I'm 14 margaritas deep. I'm like parking lot margaritas too. The worst possible margarita.
I think getting drunk at Kidz Bop will probably be a little fun.
I will say I was a little envious. I was on a heavy dose of edibles, but it was.
Oh yeah, edibles.
I was on a
way
whole
better.
different. I
Way
was having a
better.
good time. It was weird, man. Parents,
Like pull your kid aside. Did you just like really just pay attention to the lyrics of this? Fucking
dude, it was a
song?
weird moment. So like, as soon as we got there, you know, like the hill, the grassy hill they have
Yeah,
there.
the lawn.
So as soon as we got on the lawn, my daughter kept like running up to the top and sprinting down, and I was like, I've taken headers on this lawn. Like this is me passing the torch. And as I said that, she's not too good with her feet. She just clips a toe and just skids on her face, and I'm like, that's gonna happen to you until you're 23 years old
The rite
here.
of passage.
You're probably just like,
You,
that's mine. That's my
I'm gonna
kid.
be picking you up here, and I'm gonna have to yell at you for getting drunk at a concert here when I was also doing that here. Like,
if I ever had any doubts,
yeah, oh
that's
yeah,
my
Where was
daughter.
this? This was a tweeter.
yeah, Tweeter. I still call it Tweeter too. It's a
Yeah.
BB&T now.
the Freedom Mortgage.
Last time I was
Is
there,
it? That's what it. Okay.
last time I was there was for the traveling virus tour. Opie and Anthony's,
COVID.
Opie and Anthony's traveling virus tour. The night that Bill Burr went on the anti-Philly rant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, that was there that he went on anti-Philly rant?
Which was weird for me. But there was a lot of fucking Eagles because we showed up at 10 a.m. for a fucking show that started at 1. And everybody's just parking lot drinking.
We went to the aquarium.
The dude I went with, like, he got so drunk tailgating that he was passed out in the bathroom most of the show.
Nice.
And I was watching by myself. I was in the last row of seats. Right, and the lawn was right behind me.
Yeah.
And it was off to the far right side, so I couldn't hear shit.
Yeah. How was it seeing comedy there?
Terrible.
Comedy's tough. If there's any outdoor element in comedy,
sucks.
it's already hard enough in like bigger spaces. Like it's so fun. Like seeing comedy at Helium is the best possible way to do it.
It's the
in
best
Philly.
club in the
Yeah.
country.
It literally, and I feel like spoiled that I get to work there every once in a while.
Yeah.
And seeing it, like doing it there, but then like hearing that, like where there's anything open air, it sucks.
I
The
went to
sounds suck dick, and like I said, people have been pre-gaming since 10.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Schubert was the first guy to go on. Oh, I think is actually from Philly,
Yeah.
and he did okay. And then everybody after, who I thought was doing great, was just getting booed off with Eagles chants.
Yeah.
It was before the EA blah blah blah. It was just like Eagles, and it was like everybody just kept quitting and getting off stage. And then finally, Bill Burr came back on.
See, but then that's on them. You got to learn how to shift and like get those people back.
Yeah.
Because it's easy, especially dudes that are just chanting Eagles shit. It's like you can make 3 dumb local references and get them right back on your side. Or you can go hard against them and just be like, no, I'm going to dig in now.
You're 100% right, because the one thing that kind of made people kind of like snap back into like, hey, maybe this guy's kind of funny. He's like, I hope Donovan McNabb breaks both of his ankles. And everybody's like, nah.
Yeah. And see, now that would crush in a comedy club.
Yeah.
Doing that in a comedy club, it's like, because then you control it. Like there, there's too many outside elements.
Well, what you're saying about like you should be able to like steer it back to where you want it. Like the guys that were going on before Bill Burr did, like the right before him was Dom Herrera. I'm like, that guy's got at least 15 years of experience.
Yeah, he's
on
a Philly
Burr.
legend too.
I'm like, he couldn't like figure out how it was way out of it.
Yeah.
He also
Well, that's a
probably
tough
didn't want
thing.
to.
Yeah. But also, the material he was doing was shit I had seen him doing on like One Night Stand on HBO.
Oh, those guys all
like,
ran the
years
same
ago.
hour for,
Yeah.
He
for
just
a
wanted to
decade.
kill.
It was very dated.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Well, that was back when you could do like you could tour the country with an hour for 10 years.
Yeah.
I think Jeff Dunham still does.
Yeah, it still crushes.
Yeah.
Now it's like dudes put out a new hour every year, and it's some of them are gold,
Yep.
and some of them are dog shit.
Some are less good.
Yeah,
It bothers me. There's like certain comedians, like they do put out a special every year, and you're like, all right, this is still really fucking, like Joe List does it.
yeah.
Mike Cannon does it. When you're just like,
There are some that can just crank out, and they just work constantly. Those guys are every night. Like they're right now, they're on their 4th show in New York.
yeah.
So it's like they're constantly writing new shit.
And even if they put out like a stinker one year, you still be like, well, we just came off of 4 great specials from you.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have a clunker. It's
I like
okay.
that people are starting to put out like 15-minute and 20-minute specials. Like
Yeah.
the one you guys sent that was Don't Tell of Joe List
Yeah.
is like an 11-minute special. Like
Yeah.
those are good and digestible. JD McCann just put out an 18-minute special.
Yeah, I
on
was just
YouTube.
talking about it when we did
And
it.
it's really good. And you're like, I got out of it what I wanted. Like now I can go back to, I folded some clothes while I watched it. I
Or I
did the
took a
dishes
shit
and
while I
like,
did it, yeah.
exactly.
It rips.
It's so much more consumable. And I mean, I still love that dudes are doing hours because they're the guys that
Yeah.
can do hours every year, every 2 years. But I don't know. Like I'm always gonna like every 2 years, Kyle Kinane will put out a new hour, and
So true.
they're all
good.
incredible. I love like still. I think he's my number one. Always has been. Dan Soder's right there too. Dan Soder will put out a special every 2 to 3 years, and they're incredible.
Well,
And then you won't hear from him.
Kinane just did. I don't know if it was Dirt Nap or the one before it. It was like an hour and 20.
Trampoline in a ditch.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Or Shocks and Struts. It was long.
Shocks and Struts, and like, but it didn't feel an hour and 20.
Yeah, you know what's funny? All his long ones, still one of my favorite Kinanes is the 30-minute special on Netflix that he did. He talks
for
about
us,
the guy that has to cook for the KKK.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're telling me he didn't once mix in like tikka masala? And he's like, I'll call it Freedom Nuggets with
Eat with Robert E. Lee sauce.
yeah, Robert E. Lee jizz for the sauce.
He had the line that I loved on the most recent one he did, Dirt Nap, was he's talking about like handing out Halloween candy for the first time. And he's just talking about like how he's like the one guy who's not married on the block. He's like, how can I tell you're Spider-Man if you don't come closer? But like, it was like they're like, he'll do a special like an hour and 20, but it doesn't feel an hour and 20.
Dude, I saw him the last time I saw him at Helium, and he's one that I'll go every single time.
I've still yet to see him.
Oh, he was the first person that like I saw behind the curtain on because this is before I was even in comedy. I got tickets for us to go see him, or my wife got us tickets for my birthday. We're going over the bridge, and I got a text from Helium saying, "Hey, for your birthday, we're sending you 2 free tickets to tomorrow night too." They do it as like a promotional thing, and then it's like, but bring 2 people. So we went and saw him back-to-back nights. That was before I knew that like people did the same material every show. I mean, for the most part, people do, the same thing. And the second night, it was kind of a big letdown because our friends that went with us, they were dying, but like we were calling our shots. We're like, all right, this next one is this joke. Still great, but
this one,
still like, but I saw him there this past year, he's been there, and it was an hour and 10 of just murderous, all brand new stuff.
I remember when I was really young when I thought like the comedians would get up there and do a different hour every night.
I mean, some people still think because it's like until you see now, you get a lot more look behind the curtain with like podcasts and YouTube and Instagram, and it's like, but yeah, I thought that too.
Because they used to be like, "Oh, I was at the mall today." ... And you're like, "Well, he doesn't go to the mall every day. Obviously, this is different
Dude,
from
I have a
what you did
joke
last night."
I have a joke that started out about my friend's kid, and then it turned into a joke about my kid, and now it's a joke about my second kid. So it's like the progression of like, but I still delivered of like, I just had a kid the other day. I'm like, Mom, my kid's 4. Like the joke who the kid is about is like 6 years old now. Like
the kid's actually on side stage like, "No, he didn't.
yeah, he's actually on the show. He's after me.
This is bullshit. He's lying to you."
Him and Indian Seinfeld.
But like, I do,
Dude, I want to get this kid off my show so bad.
I do love like the shorter specials. Of like, if you know your special is going to be at its best at 40 minutes,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Don't pad it out. Just if you know that's when the time to stop is, cool.
Right.
like fucking cross buns, dude.
Yeah, Hot Cross Buns was so fucking good.
He's never going to put out anything bad. You know what I mean? Like
He's my number one.
he's incredible.
And he even padded that out, but the padding he put on was him playing a recorder to fucking Seals at a fucking... Dude, that's amazing.
I hear
That
there's
is
a birthday
so
in
good.
the house.
That is so goddamn good. Oh my god.
Now I'm wishing that kid wasn't Jerry Seinfeld. I wish he was Dave Patel. That would have been fucking incredible.
Dave Patel is just like the pun on that is so good too.
I gotta be honest. That's like the third podcast I've used that pun on.
I don't give a shit. It's still good,
I
and
think
you
I stole it from Cumtown. So.
and you should use it for the next one too, dude. That's fucking good. Shout out Cumtown
Get
too.
that kid into comedy and be like, no, this is David Tell.
Yeah.
And then the next Halloween he has like a black hoodie on, a black fucking do rag, and a hat on top of it. For
The do rag hat combo is super good. I really into it.
it somehow makes him just look even messier.
I miss because you guys are big hardcore like metal fans. I miss when hardcore was like heavy wigger phase. That was one of the funnest things to witness.
90s, yeah.
It was so incredible. Like 90s into early 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh, so many FUBU jerseys.
Oh yeah.
I'm like
a 90-pound kid wearing like a 4X Tommy Hill like shirt. You're
and
like,
some are still holding true. Like that band Mind Force. That dude still holds it down. Like full wigger on like
looking
front
like
man.
Earthworm Jim, but still wearing like huge like clothes.
And
like,
does it so well.
Yeah.
Oh.
And being a fat kid in that era was so horrible because you would get like the same shit that those people would wear, and it would just fit you normally. And you're like, I don't look cool in this.
Sean John.
Oh,
And it just
I don't look cool in this at all, man.
I can't even
This
two-step. What
sucks.
am I doing?
Yeah, I can't. I'm too fat to two-step. All I can do is crowd kill. This
Too Fat to Two-Step is a great name for something.
A
Song,
of my life.
a podcast.
my life in general.
The Return album.
Too Fat to Two-Step.
Too fat to two-step. Oh God.
Yo, speaking of specials, do you have some special questions?
I do, but I got to pee really bad first. So you guys take a pee break?
Because I'm trying to think. I came over for shit.
I did a couple at Mojo 13.
Oh, okay.
Philly Pike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was there a place called the Grange in Delaware too?
Yeah.
It's right over there.
Okay. I came to shows there in like 02 maybe.
Yeah.
Because I'm a year behind Mike.
Yeah.
So like all the bands Mike was in South Jersey, like those were the bands that I followed around.
Well, my band was banned from the Grange.
Really?
I was in a band called Dead and Buried. And
I remember that name.
yeah, we played South Jersey
Yeah.
a lot.
Did you guys play like all like the Eugenes and
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We played like Vineland,
Yeah, that was Eugene's Vineland.
Obsequion.
that bar?
We were always at
Oh, that's the place we could never think of.
that's that place I got beat up by juggalos.
Eugene's? Yeah, that sounds accurate. I think you
Got
can still get beat up by the same juggalos
I got
today.
the shit kicked out of me by juggalos.
When I first got my car, like my own car, and I would drive to shows out of state, I would go to Hangar 84.
There's a spot in Collingswood that had a lot of shows too.
So they just brought that back. They just started doing shows there again. That's where I live. And they just brought it back and they tried to mix like comedy and like old dude punk rock. But they got a girl, like a 23-year-old girl comic from Philly that I know came over and did it. I was like, I live 4 blocks from there. Like this would have been perfect for me if I could have somehow worked my way in. But apparently it was a big swing and a miss.
It normally will be.
Yeah.
You don't mix comedy and music.
One of my
especially not extreme.
One of my last
genres.
bands, we played in the Wilkes-Barre area, and we had this kid that opened the show was a comedian. His name was Ray Mione. It was was Iron Price when I was in Iron Price, and we were with Concrete and a couple other bands, and yeah. He opened up and just ate his dick. He's like, what's the deal with mosh pits? You know, like that type of thing.
I've heard of people. The only time I've ever heard it working was Kyle Kinane used to do shows with like Off With Their Heads and like some of those like Chicago bands.
Yeah.
But that's the same audience.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Kyle Kinane and like, what's it, 88 Finger Louie or whatever the fuck their name
the
is.
boll
like,
weevils and shit like
yeah,
that.
like those are the same audience.
Like this is so long ago, but like 5 Wilkes-Barre shows I went to ago, I saw Dead End Path, and that like while they were setting up, they like as like a favor,
Yeah.
like had this girl that they were all friends with come do like 5 as they were setting up, and she just ate shit.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not the spot for it.
it's also not the same energy.
And
No.
it's an audience of like 120 somethings who just saw 4 hardcore bands in a row.
Yeah, it's dudes stretching so they can mosh.
Yeah. And if you're
What's
like
the deal with shoes?
if you go in first, it's kind of okay, but it's like, and also if like with like Kinane, it's like his comedy plus that type of music kind of works, like the energy level.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're doing like super heavy, super aggressive, and you have a comedian column that's kind of like medium to lower energy, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And plus, she was like, just starting out and like didn't have a voice or nothing yet.
Yeah.
It was literally just working out.
And even us as fans of both is like, you're going to a show, you are in a mindset that I'm going to go see a show. You're going to see bands.
I completely.
You're not in the
forgot how long
mood.
ago
You're
that
not
was.
in the mindset to go see comedy.
It does suck to know that like people, because you take anything you're offered, like especially like, so it's like, but it's still like, I'm thinking of some of the worst gigs I've done that are like, I should never taken it, but it's like, oh, at least it was like a badge of honor. Like I got through it, but it's like, I don't want to eat my dick in front of a bunch of hardcore kids and then be like, all right, guys, straight edge forever. All right.
And the next time you go to a show, they're like, aren't you that? You're like, nope, that was another guy.
No.
Nope, he had a different hat than I do.
Yeah.
He didn't wear the same shirt, We have a segment on this for first timers. So, John, not Montague, but it's Montague.
You nailed it. I appreciate that.
Well, I know people that have both. Some are French weirdos, and I had to have that whole Montague. Fuck out of here with your extra vowels. Oh, well, still not as bad as a Greek person. These are 12 of the hardest questions you'll ever be asked in your entire life, and I ask that you really take the time to think about your answers before you give them to me. This is question number 1. How hard did That's My Name, Don't Wear It Out used to crush?
I mean, it was at the same level as All That in a Bag of Chips, probably.
Yeah, or right? I Know You Are, But What Am I?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Loser Says What? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ludo.
Sphincter Says What? Like Wayne's World ones? Yeah.
Any kind of Says What was so good.
Still crush.
Yeah. It's best because you could get adults with that one.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. And your friend's next to you, like, laughing so hard, but he's biting his lip so he doesn't do it out loud. He's like, I can't believe you just called Mrs. Jenkins a sphincter, dude. You're like, yeah.
And she said what, dude? Twice.
She's totally a sphincter.
Got her.
I just thought she was a cat lady, but she's a sphincter. That's the correct answer. This is, I don't know if your comedy goes to the point of impressions, but can you do an impression of Tim Allen succumbing to bone cancer? Correct answer. Nailed it. God damn, I thought Michael Winslow was here.
There was actually one of the like homework bands you guys sent. The beginning of one of the songs, I swear to God, is just the beginning of the Tool Time jingle.
So
I can't remember which one it was because most of them sounded the same. But
dude, how stoked did you get? Like right before like a breakdown, just someone was like,
oh, dude, Tool Time core would be incredible.
Or like, you know what we need? More power. You're like, oh, yo, this fucking goes nuts.
Did you ever see the video when somebody replaced all of the sounds and images in Doom with the Tool Time sound? It's great.
I did, because there's that one point where you go in Doom where like you see like someone's head on a pike.
Yeah.
And it's just Tim Allen.
Like Mr. Wilson. It's like Wilson.
Like a goofy head. Like it's like, yeah, that fucking
That's
riffs,
incredible.
Dude. That is great. 3, I don't mean to get political here, but pronouns. Does that mean there's amateur nouns?
Yes.
Correct answer.
Also to that.
Yeah, it's true.
And now I'm just picturing a like victory font, like a varsity font says Binford, like Till I Die.
Tools, baby.
Binford Till I Die, and like a hardcore fucking straight edge shirt.
Dude,
Pocket print, obviously.
the mom from Home Improvement was one of the first moms I was just like,
Wasn't Heidi? Heidi wasn't doing it. It was
No,
Pam
the mom,
Anderson,
for some
right?
reason.
From the jump. Sorry, I'm
yeah,
getting
it was
sidetracked.
It was Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
Was Heidi the
And then they're
Tool.
like, what if Pam was even hotter?
But for some reason, like the mom from Tool
She did
Time,
it for you, the bangs
I was
and
just
all.
kind of like, she's so mean. I like her.
Oh.
She doesn't take any of his guff. Like, oh, she's
He
great.
had so much guff,
right?
dude.
Shit. He was giving her and those boys so much guff.
Oh.
But she just dealt with it and fucking, dude. Shout out to her, dude.
Can we even bring back guff? I'm going to start giving my wife more guff.
Or next time she's like yelling, she's like, would you quit giving me guff? It'll stop her in her tracks. She's like, the fuck is guff?
You could also end any fight by going, She's not going to be able to contain herself.
Like, why'd you leave this here and not do that? It's like, huh?
Dun, 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 dun.
It makes me miss.
So good,
It
dude.
makes me miss Mike Walsh.
I miss him a lot, dude. If leafy vegetables are so great, how come they don't make my family and peers respect me?
I'm a big fan of leafy vegetables. I make a shake every day that makes me poop my brains out because it's full of spinach. So
Nice, dude.
I don't think you're ever going to get me to say anything bad about leafy vegetables.
Yeah, they made Popeyes that's so fucking strong, dude. You could punch anything. Seriously though, where have all the cowboys gone?
Hell, I hope.
Damn,
Except for this
dude.
one the faceless one I've been staring at, this honk the whole time.
He's fucking sick.
Is that your producer? That's your ultimate producer of the
That's our
podcast?
producer, dude.
Such a good gift.
Yeah, that's our CEO.
Nice.
So you're a comedian, so I want to get your thoughts on this joke. All right. I went to a yard sale the other day. Now I have 2 yards.
It's top notch.
Thank you.
It's classic. It's
So
good Hedberg feel to
Yeah.
it.
That is, yeah.
That's like a solid 10 seconds I got now.
That's better than most of the shit that I'm going to hear at the open mic that I'm probably going to hit on the drive home from here. So
Are you going to the one at bar
I
13?
might hit bar 13 on the way home.
Chris
The
did
last
that.
comedian we had tried to. He actually got there, and they're like, "Yeah, but you won't go on until like 1:30." He's like, "I'll just go home."
I got connections at the crew at bar
Oh,
13.
you'll get
We'll
bumped.
see.
Wow.
The one door guy that wears a kilt for
Yeah.
some reason.
Are you talking about Fenris?
That dude fucking rips, dude.
Dude, I'll get you connected with Fenris if you want to get him on here.
Dude,
He will be here tomorrow.
It's Fenris. Are you having a great Friday?
The last one of the last shows my metal band played there, he was there, and I was like,
I think Fenris lives there.
I'm so stoked on this dude.
He's a former amateur wrestler, dude. He's actually got some.
Of course he is.
He was like he wrestled with that dude Shark Boy. It was like his
I
tag
remember
team
Shark
partner.
Boy, yeah.
He was like he literally was like Japan guy or something. He was in an all white thing with a big red dot on his head. Not Asian at all.
It's fun because like the first time
wow, white face.
Shout out Fenris. He's a Delaware legend.
the first time I started playing shows at that spot when it was Mojo 13, it was a lot of hookers and pimps. Well, because like that whole area is like hooker central, and now it's just like random Barney's, like the dude Fenris who wears a kilt. You're like, dude,
Yeah,
this place is really coming up. Dude.
it's an autistic snake
Yeah,
pit.
it's fucking ripped, dude.
It's really you're gonna leave it a little worse than when you came in, but you know,
Yeah.
That's when I'm going to name my first house.
autistic snake pit.
Nice, dude. Slash's autistic snake pit. Question number 7: is Osama short for O Samuel?
Yeah, I like to think Osama bin Laden was Irish. Yes.
Yeah, you like to think like his mom was just like pissed off at him. He's like, "Oh, Samuel." Yeah,
Explains the temper.
it's like, "Oh shit, dude, your mom's using your full name."
Sorry.
You're good.
Question number 8: does the sheer amount of fatties disprove simulation theory?
Nah, fatty's got to be in every iteration of it, right?
I mean, if you're in a simulation and you can pick what you are, like, do you want to pick a fatty?
I don't think we're picking, dude. I think we're assigned what we are. Think about that. I don't even know what that meant.
I don't know, but it just fucked me up.
It
so
break you a
bad.
little bit? Yeah.
Captivated me for a sec.
You just got DeLonged. Correct answer, dude.
True, there hasn't been any fat aliens yet, right?
No.
Yo,
They're all
Fat
spindly.
aliens,
you know how like the gray aliens are like super thin? What if we just find out like if you go where the gray aliens are from, if you just go back to their planet, everybody's just a porker.
Oh yeah, they're like, dude, we do not let them get in the ship.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
You want to send
true.
your elite.
You know how we're so
sorry,
like our
wait.
ships are so lightweight and can do so much maneuverability?
Yeah.
No chunkos in there. That's why.
We tried it with them, dude.
Sorry, weight
Names
limit.
dive.
Weight limit.
We have to balance the saucer.
Instead of you need to be this tall to ride the ride, you have to be this narrow. Fly in the spaceship.
The tic tac shaped ships just like listed to the side.
Why do you think it's shaped like that?
It's like we let Derek in again. Oh fuck!
Fucking Derek.
They try to
Get her out of here.
they try to flee from like jet fighters and it's like they just can't because they got fat Derek.
He's sinking slowly.
Like, what's going on here?
I've never seen a flying object lumber before. Second time I've used that word.
It's like, so
today.
tell me about the time like aliens abducted you. Well, there was like 2 that were like these really like lithe and thin like aliens. And then there was just this lummox off to the left. He was just breathing heavy and just
Just an alien named Don. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
and it's not short for anything.
No, it's just Dawn.
It is done.
Question number 9. Ever notice Asian girls' sex noises sound like a sleeping terrier?
Or do sleeping terriers sound like Asian sex noise?
That is the correct answer.
Okay.
Nailed it. Question number 10, moving right along. What's your favorite horse poem?
Do you have any to follow up on this?
I believe I'll be the one who asks the questions here.
Horse poem. I don't think I have a single horse poem in mind. I'm not a big poet guy.
Correct
You
answer.
can tell by the effect I said poet guy.
Correct answer.
Okay.
I'll take it. Mine was like once was this horse from Nantucket.
Like the old, yeah.
Yeah. Now this one here, might be a little like edgelord and shocking for people, but this is a joke I want to run by you, similar to the first one. Why should you never trust a manatee?
Why?
They always sea lion.
It's quality. Having to tell jokes to a 4-year-old, that is, I'm going to use that one tomorrow morning. She's going to lose her fucking mind.
She's like, what?
Honey, put your spoon down.
Fuck?
You can finish your Cheerios in a second.
Is this guy fucking famous yet?
Dad, where's our mansion?
You could open up a Kidz Bop. Yeah, that's where you
just waking her up first thing morning, like, honey, you got, okay, you're laying down, so you are sitting down. Dude, strap in. Remember? She's like, fucking what? It's like 4 a.m. What are you doing?
I can get you 5 on the Kidz Bop live show.
Yeah.
You remember Peyton, who was on this pod a long time ago? She TM'd for them before.
What's TM mean?
Tour manager.
What?
Damn, that's going to be the worst tour manager gig.
Or
what? She said it was the worst and best and worst.
Yeah, you're corralling fucking 11-year-olds for a job.
Their parents.
Oh,
you're right.
Even worse. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what if, like, dude, like the stories of tour managing Kidz Bop are equal to or as par as like Led Zeppelin in the 70s?
Yeah, Derek will not go on unless I get him a Fun Dip to snort.
Yeah. Or a 15-year-old this fucking slot. You know, it's like, holy shit, what? And you're like, yeah, Kidz Bop.
They killed a guy in Cleveland. We had to cover it up.
It gets fucking dark, dude.
That's gonna be a documentary coming out on Netflix in a couple of years. The Kids of Kidz Bop.
And then like Dan Schneider's be like, you thought I was fucking bad? Yeah, Jared Fogel's like fucking like let me out of
They
jail.
were bopping left and right.
We know the 9th OJ doc had holds on January this year, but this is breaking.
This is gonna fucking blow people's minds. Finally, finish this Pearl Jam lyric. To the extreme, I rock the mic like a vandal, light up the stage, and wax a chump like a
haters. How no better than one for the middle. Oh yeah.
Correct answer.
All right, good.
I think we have a perfect score.
It is
All
a perfect score. Perfect.
You know what? It's just an honor to get to compete.
Yeah. Yeah. God
the fact that I get to pull an Eddie Vedder out, that's usually saved for the car ride home.
That's old hat.
Yeah. Oh, love ripping a Vedder.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gripping Inquiries with John Montague, dude. Before we get to the final segment, do you have anything come up you want to plug, buddy?
Yeah, check out on Instagram MontagueComedy. Like he says, Montague said, Montague spelled, Montague.
We will have a link in the description to this.
Yeah, if you're in the South Jersey area, I got a show in Collingswood every other month. I'm going to start running at Upcycle, it's called. So check out Upcycle Comedy, Philly, Jersey, Delaware, New York comics. Yeah.
And this comes out next Wednesday. What's your show on next Friday?
It'll be that Friday, yeah. That Friday, Parlay is going to be there with a Yeah, so this Friday, come out.
Crossover.
Unless it's sold out, then go fuck yourself, dude. Yeah. It probably won't be. And I'll
go eat a horse turd and die.
Yeah, it's BYOB, and I'll beg you to come in with beer, please. So yeah, check out that. Other than that, everything's on MontagueComedy. I don't have a podcast anymore. It died. Who knows? Check out old episodes of That Rules.
Nice. Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Nice. It was originally called Handsome Idiots, and we changed it for some dumb reason because that name it was so clutch. We were the handsomest and dumbest boys on earth. So
he is pretty handsome.
And well, like your namesake, that does rule.
Yeah, it does rule.
Being handsome probably does rule. I wouldn't know.
It ain't bad.
Yeah.
You got a fucking cowboy hunk right over there.
I love you. Our final segment of the night, every week, Tom and I assign each other a piece of music and a piece of comedy to report back on the following week. We also have our guests take part. Last week, we had our good buddies, Brent Lafferty and Phil Parenti, Phil of the band Ground from New Jersey. Do you want to get into what Phil brought us, Thomas?
I always do this in the order of who talks first, so I did Brent's first.
Oh yeah, Phil doesn't like to talk.
Yeah, we have to.
It's a great thing for a podcast guest.
Yeah,
just not want to say anything.
Yeah, all we had to do was talk about Buckaroo Banzai to activate him, though.
Yeah, ignite his autism. That was pretty nice. Well, go ahead, buddy.
So let's start with Brent then. He first thing he gave us was a band called Sabretooth Zombie, and the album was Midnight Venom. And shout out to track 2, the song called Shoes. I said, this band has Dennis written all over it with the fat riffs. I've been aware of them for a long time, but didn't realize they were still active. Their name would always come up in discussions of bands with the worst names of all time. But by the song Fragments, when the riffs got a little southern, I got a little bit of the ick. Once I heard the dance beat in the Gallows, I had to skip it. And the only real other detractor for this band for me and album is that it just sounds like it's stuck in 2007. For some reason, though, I thought when Brent said that this album was newer, and then I looked up when it was released, and that is 2006. So the joke's on me. So but I still gave it a 5.
He does a lot of drugs.
I love the name right off the bat. As soon as I saw it, I love
name.
I love a good bad band name.
Oh, it helps you stick out.
Yeah, because there's enough something corpses and maggot tooth and everything, and it's like
blood, whatever.
Or even in hardcore, it's like you have so many bands that sound like an AA saying a title. It's
and
like
that T-shirt is gonna be a discussion piece too.
Yeah,
true. If you can read it, do you think it's in the crazy Roots and Lightning metal font? Like
I've seen theirs. It's a lot of. I've seen their shirts. It's a lot of tattoo flash and like fluorescent and shit.
So they really dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Like not only is it not legible, it's also corny.
Sabretooth Zombie, Midnight Venom, fucking yuck. This is way more offensive than some of that questionable black metal that Brent listens to. I thought it was a total stinker. Minus even more points for being called Sabretooth Zombie and not having said creature in your artwork. Zip out of 10.
Yeah, like I picture, you got to have like an Iron Maiden, almost Eddie character. Yeah, you need a mascot.
Just like a Sabretooth, like
zombie.
Just like
it could be really
like
cool
his name's
too.
like Hank or some shit like that.
You're like Beast Cats, like maybe it's like a Animorph kind of thing.
Your Animorphs are fucking ripped, dude.
I'm picturing like a street shark, but it's a saber-tooth zombie.
Street Sharks are fucking tight as
Sharks with a skateboard, dude. So
right.
Cool.
Street Shark's a great band name too.
When everybody's just like, yo, this is just another Ninja Turtles ripoff, I'm like, I don't know, but they still got a lot of moxie. You know, it's like
they're also apex predators. They're a little cooler.
If they stop swimming, they die. There's a lot of like stakes going on there, so it's like
can't flip them on their back.
They can't, dude. No. Apparently, if like the only thing you have to do is smack them on the nose and they'll stop attacking you.
Yeah, but if you pat them backwards, you'll cut your hand.
What?
And isn't that a metaphor for life?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what metaphors are.
Isn't it
fucking should be.
Did you ever see the video of what's his name? Vin Diesel? It was his first gig was hawking Street Sharks, and holy shit, does he nail it. He comes on, he's like, you're not going to fucking believe what we got here. And he's got like the action
first
figures.
Voiceover?
It was just like it wasn't even a commercial. He was like at a trade show. Dude, find this YouTube video. It's fucking incredible.
Oh, God.
It's just Vin Diesel hawking all the new Street Shark shit. It's timeless, dude.
I mean, I just imagine him be like, these sharks, they're from the fucking streets.
Yeah. They have legs and motorcycles, you fucking idiots.
Yeah. They're not just these random assholes that are like snatching up fucking boogie boarders and shit. These guys are from the fucking streets. They've been through it.
They've seen some shit.
They've been through it. Like they deal with cops every day. Like,
these sharks have been in and out of foster homes.
Like, yeah, right? They got many moms. Like, dude. He also brought us Pale Horse's early discography, No Longer Secrets. This is a little different from my last review. My favorite Connecticut hardcore band, and yes, including that one that the cops love. This is a collection of demos and songs from the Con of Arabia split, which is some of their best stuff. Blood on the Cross and Martial Law still make you want to fight a grenade. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. I love Pale Horse.
Yeah. The demo songs are just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Period. Underrated is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Pale Horse. You know that song Mayday? There's 2 versions of it.
Yeah.
Like the drum part, like the breakdown, everything. Like you know how you like you like write parts in your head. Sometimes just like I feel like I've written that song in my head many times.
And every time you try to explain it to the guy you're in a band with, he's like, huh?
And then I heard this song. I was like, wow, this has been in my head my whole life. I never heard it before. That part when they ended Bleed the Sheep should have been at least a minute before. The best song in the collection is Holding On. I called it very good. 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it quite. I listened to it for 3 days.
Their demo, their first EP, and their splits are so good. But
really, they are.
They did an LP that was just it was good, but
it was middle.
Didn't hit as hard as the other ones.
It was good car drumming, drum along on the drive down.
Oh yeah,
I was passing the airport and hitting a lot of steering wheel, top of the dash.
It was actually that's one of the high parts of that band is the drumming is really good.
It is. That's my favorite part about an air freshener.
Oh, nice. My setup's not good enough. I saw that you can buy cymbals that hook in. I kind of want one, dude. I kind of want one.
That's asking me to finally die in a car.
Yeah.
Wait, what now?
You might have an illustrious Uber career, though. You could be the Uber car drummer guy.
That's true.
It's like the driving crooner.
I'm lost. What's going on? I heard plug-in. I was like, what? Like a Glade plug-in? Like
you plug it into the dash and it's a cymbal, like a little ride in your car for car drumming. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude!
The internet rules. It turns out.
Fuck, dude, the internet fucking rips, dude.
It ain't just for boobs anymore, fellas.
Right? God damn.
Sounds made up.
It's also for retarded people from like India that like like incel videos. Those things rip so hard.
Yeah.
Make street food.
I'm still stuck on 1 Pound Fish guy. Have you guys seen him?
Yes.
Someone on ladies, 1 Pound Fish. That guy. Yes. Oh, he rules. He rules.
I'm talking this one. He's like a teenage kid. He's from India, and he's always like, "What's that girl? Who was mean to you? Where is he? Where does he live?" And like he is just. Then he just goes.
Oh, the guys that talk directly to camera, as if
so fucking good.
Oh.
I'm like, dude, this guy is fucking great.
Dude, what was gonna top my life, my rules, but that guy?
1 Pound Fish.
My life, my attitude.
I thought it was all the same guy, if I'm being honest with you.
I mean,
if that was one guy, holy shit, make him prime minister.
Yeah, he's the king of Bollywood, I think.
Holy shit, dude. He's like, oh god, he probably fucks like, dude, you know how many followers I have?
They sure didn't know how to pivot to the social media landscape, didn't they?
I think it rules. Like,
I mean, it was built for them. There's so many of them.
Like when people come, like,
you're nobody. You have 7 million likes.
Like they complain about, oh, these people are just like influencers or whatever. I'm like,
they're just robbing Instagram at gunpoint for monetization.
Like, yeah, that's America. Who gives a shit? Do you see what's popping in India and like even Far East Asia?
Yeah.
When you got grandmothers who are just cooking like sides of pork, just like wrapping while they're
I never thought I'd be able to see that.
Oh.
I can watch it while I take a shit.
Yes,
it's glorious.
that's so good, dude.
I'm watching somebody's mama make a dish I'm never gonna eat.
Yes.
This is incredible.
And then afterward, I can watch a guy from Djibouti who's like has like way too many chromosomes. Just fucking like singing songs like this rips.
Do you think that there's a kid in India watching my mama make macaroni and cheese on Instagram?
I hope so.
What I like to use a little bit of mustard.
Yeah,
like, what?
It's a secret.
and he's just like on his like Indian shit or just like fucking what?
Damn.
Squatting over the hole.
June, are you fucking kidding? You're putting mustard in your what?
I can't wait to go on Earl and Ill and talk about this.
Dude, like,
open invitation too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, did you guys see what
to
Martha?
Indians. Just an open invitation.
Yeah.
You're Indian and in Delaware.
Yeah. Did you see what Martha was doing? Like, oh, dude. Like, Phil came through and he also brought some stuff.
He did.
The first thing he brought us was Mephitic Corpse. Also, I love death metal because it gives you names where you don't know what the fuck it means.
Vocabulary.
I don't know what mephitic means.
I still don't.
I didn't even bother to look at it.
And I kind of don't want to know because I want to keep that sense of like, just like, I don't know what's going on here. I kind of like that.
Yeah. Blissful ignorance, you could say.
Yeah. The album was called Sickness Attracts Sickness, which is, bars. My review is just simply, you like Dying Fetus? You like Mortician? LOL, me too. We should hang out sometime. This is pretty tight. 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I said, sample, start the creation. I said, that's what the fuck I'm talking
What's that
about.
from?
That was the one. Yeah. I miss samples coming in. Dude, the shitty band I was in high school, we had a Boondock Saints sample in the beginning of a song that
no one's ever done
to this
that.
day. I thought we were so innovative.
Was it there was a firefight?
No, it was just the prayer, like every other fucking hardcore band in the greater South Jersey scene did.
Well, you had to because it's in your DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also in the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, for heavy, this album is a hot fudge sundae. Phil delivers again. Definitely some of the best song titles I've seen in a while, too. 8 out of 10. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Do you ever think some of those bands, like, they write the song title? They're like, all right, we got to write a song around this title. That just makes it... Because you can't have a song like, like maggot infested nun cunt and then just have it be weak.
It's an acoustic.
There's just like a bunch of like long haired Hessians like I was pretty stoked because, maggot infested nun cunts. Like, fuck yeah, dude. But I was like,
Who the fuck was that guy that Tyler Mullen brought us that one time? The British guy?
I don't remember.
The like funky, like weird.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember his name.
That's a song title of his. I don't remember his name either, but
yeah, like if you have a song title that good, you got to deliver or it's fucked.
Yeah, I love. We were talking about him earlier. Kyle Kinane's one album. All the song titles are ingredients in hot dogs.
Yeah,
so it opens with like nitrate, casing, beef filling, and it has nothing to do with the jokes. It's fucking genius.
Yeah, that is great.
Every time I turn around, he did another funny thing.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Except when he shaved his beard and you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
That shouldn't happen.
I love when he looks like an old sad sailor, though, when he goes just like stashing a beanie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Damn, there's probably so many dudes in sheds talking about Kyle Kinane right now. I think that's where most Kinane talk happens.
I think
is in a shed.
It's funny because like when you like people are like, oh, like the Chicago comedy or Midwest comedy, like he's the guy.
He's the guy.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I can't really think of anybody else that kind of in that.
I mean, there's a lot of people that have come out of Chicago. Andrew Santino's out of there, but like they're not still in Chicago. Yeah. Hannibal's from there.
He's like the only guy that kind of stuck around.
Yeah. Mulaney's originally from there.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. When
you he went back. Anyway, sorry. I'm sidetracking you with Canadian.
Yeah, it's fine. Phil also brought us Social Decay, Life's Not Hard, You're Just Soft. When I was like 16, 17, that was the greatest title I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
The record, I just like when I can pull something off my shelf for the homework segment and just put it on. Think New Jersey's version of Sick of It All and Breakdown with Rabies style vocals. It's just got that late 80s, early 90s East Coast feel to it. It's nothing new, but it was really good for what it was. And yeah, 7.5 out of 10. I liked it quite a bit.
I gave it a similar score actually. It said they heard Kill 'Em All and said hold my beer. This album just screams attitude. Like everything, the riffs, the vocalization.
Yeah.
It's old school. I particularly like the track All I Feel Is Pain, the second to last song. And I thought it was great, and I wish it was just wider available. I gave it a 7 out of 10 also.
Yeah. It was fun. Yeah, those were like New Jersey's guys. But yeah,
I think it was this was a YouTube listen, I think.
I found on YouTube too.
Yeah.
I just love that title. Sounds like something that gym teacher screams at you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, yeah, when you fucking can't get up the rope or like you can't play like dodgeball on that little dolly with the wheels on it.
Bong!
Yeah. When you're getting beamed in the head.
You think about it every night before you go to bed until you're 40.
I still feel the soreness in my nose.
God,
yeah.
As I cry myself to sleep. You, Thomas, brought me 2 albums. The first one you brought me was a band called Slime Lord. And if you ask me to pronounce this title, I will kill myself. I'll try it.
Chytridiomydosis.
Mycosis.
That's what it was.
Relinquished.
Damn, I was only one letter off. I
now
killed it.
It's like a fucking idiot, though.
Yeah. What a fucking jerk off.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's like fucking like oh, idiot.
Whatever that is what you're gonna die of now.
Yeah, right?
Some kind of mushroom disease. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what happened to Tom? Did you ever hear that Slime Lord record?
He died of track 7.
He died.
And it is probably some horrific title.
Oh, shit. Died of track 7 is super good. That's how I want on my fucking tombstone. This is a short one. Opens with Cranky Geese and then into a straight dive bomb. I honestly don't need to listen any further. 10 out of 10. But P.S. the music was also pretty sweet and angry as hell, and I liked it quite a bit. But it seriously started off with like, wah, 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 wah. I was like, fuck yeah, Cranky Geese, let's go, dude. And then it just went into like some sweet death, and I was like, this rips, dude. I think more, because it was funny because like Cranky Geese with nothing else around it. It was just simply cranky, like waterfowl.
Oh.
And then it just went, I was like, what's happening? This rips, dude. I was so stoked on it, dude. That was awesome.
Their artwork is sick too.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Also, Slime Lord's a pretty funny title. Good. Yeah. You also brought me a band, Queens of the Stone Age, who I've been avoiding for many years. even though a lot of friends of mine and people I know like this band. The album Era Vulgaris, I don't get it.
I did listen to that one too. It just leaves me wanting more. Each song. I never understood the Queens of the Stone Age thing either. And I want to like them because, again, everyone I likes them.
Yeah.
Thing.
And people like whose opinions I really respect on music, they're like, oh, Queens of the Stone Age. And like the guys in the band have been in other bands that I really liked. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, because one of the dudes is Troy from Failure. And I'm like, this would be cool. And I'm just like, I don't get it.
Oh, well, I tried it.
Like, it's cool, but it's like overly repetitive.
Well, it's written in the era of the hook, so.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I wasn't like mad listening to it, but I was just like, I don't understand the appeal. But whatever, it was inoffensive, so that's kind of cool. And I just didn't enjoy it, but yeah, it wasn't terrible. Sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing.
You know who's gonna be even more sad?
Who?
Great House.
Oh, he likes the Queens of the Stone Age?
He texted me about that today.
Oh, Christ.
Isn't it funny that music will do that? Like, you'll be sad that your friend doesn't like the thing you love so much.
Like, why are you stupid?
Yeah. I have one of my best friends. I'll still just send him, if I find like a new band, I'll send it to him. I'm like, you're going to fucking love this one. He's like, no, man, it's dog shit. Like,
happens to us
maybe
all
I have
the
no
time.
taste.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Happens to us constantly on the show.
Thought we were best friends. Fuck.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, you guys
And
are
like
doing
the whole
exactly what I'm saying.
and like the first time you listen to it, you're like, oh damn, Mike would fucking love
I'm
this.
buying 2 tickets to the next show. I'm not even telling him. I'm
Yo,
showing
Mike,
up to his house.
check this shit out. And he's just like, meh.
Yeah.
Like, I will fucking punch you in the teeth,
Yeah.
you dick.
I will cut your van's brake lines again.
I will cut the laces to your Vans shoes.
Now let me get into what you brought me.
Okay.
You brought me another grip of Don't Tell special,
Yes.
so I'll go in the order in which I watched them.
Okay.
I started with the Joe List one. I think it was first, but I've heard this material before. I think last year at Helium, especially the Picasso chunk. Like,
That's a great
It's a great chunk.
That's a great chunk.
I could have swore he died in what 1920. He
says
died in 73.
like 13,
13, 12.
Yeah.
He's like,
He had a car.
He's incredible. Like his like choice of like the year that he picked is hilarious.
Yes.
Like
He
because if
watched
he said
6 Super Bowls.
yeah. No, when he says the Pablo line is so good, and that
Yes.
crowd didn't
Yeah.
give it.
No,
Yeah.
Don't Tell shows are weird because do you know the whole premise like behind
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
Tell?
I think it's fucking brilliant.
It's
great
brilliant,
premise.
but people never get over the uncomfortableness of they don't know where they are. I did one in a cigar bar before, and it was like very cool room and everything. But I was looking around, and I literally said, I was like, wait, none of you smoke cigars, do you? And the lady's like, no, thank God, somebody finally said it. Like, she's like, I hate the smell of cigars. I love comedy. I was like, well, I'm so sorry.
so
like,
funny.
so there's always like that like weird thing looming over them. But like, we're in a yoga studio right now. Like, should we laugh?
yeah, it's like those old punk shows was like, you want to know where the venue is? Ask a punk. Yeah.
on the fucking fly. God.
But yeah, if he had said like, do you know when Pablo Picasso died? Like, I thought he died in like 1800. You'd be like, all right, funny.
That's funny, yeah.
But he said like, I thought he died in like
1312.
1300. Yeah, it's like
yeah.
fucking
1973.
yeah,
He was driving a
driving
Honda
around
Civic.
listening to Black Sabbath.
yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, dude. What a great joke. He said, men hated women so much they were like, no jobs, bitches. I also remember when he first told the story about the title joke on Tuesdays of Stories about Karen Feehan.
Which one?
The fucking, what was the title of this one?
I don't remember.
Oh, Women Don't Need a Wingman.
Yeah.
He told the story about somebody wanted to have sex with Karen. He was like, I'll just tell her you want to have sex with her.
Yeah.
She was like, what did you do? He was like, don't worry about it. I love that joke, but I gave it a 6 because
Yeah.
I've seen that material. Like, and then I watched Gavin Matt's I Don't Believe in Science.
I don't remember. I brought you his full special.
That was good.
Okay.
The-
You like that one?
I did. This one, though, the science subject matter is really funny. It's really silly, but it's not making me laugh. E equals MC theory of relatives was funny, but again, I wasn't laughing. I got all the way to the end, and I didn't crack a single smile, but I enjoyed the material the whole time. I don't understand what happened, but I gave it a 2. In theory, I should have been laughing, but I was just watching it like,
That's what's weird about watching comedy by yourself too.
I was literally like, that was good.
Yeah,
but I
you're
wasn't
like,
laughing.
I'm thoroughly enjoying this right now.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to do because if you saw that live because of like the room,
I'd
you'd
probably be laughing.
cracking up. Yeah.
And if you don't have like a friend or like you sitting out next to you like laughing too, you're like, oh yeah, this is really funny. Yeah,
That always happens when I show someone a special and it's a good one. We laugh.
Yeah.
yeah.
More.
Yep.
And then I watched Emma Willman, HR Booby Trap. My German mom also did not have family game night. Like, what did she like? Let's do like, I don't remember. But
yeah, what does your family do for game night? What the fuck is family game night? Yeah.
I want to. I also want to take the special needs test. Her mom, when she opened for Louis, was like, "Oh, were you the only one?" Was so good. And for a don't tell, this is too long. It
Yeah.
was like just under a half hour. But
Yeah.
I still gave that a 6.2. It was good. I want to see more output from her.
Yeah.
And I hope it's none of this stuff.
She has other don't tells on YouTube
I know
that
she
are
has
really
like
good.
fucking 2 more at least. And then as you said, I watched Derek Gaines, Old Dogs. Someone in the crowd was cackling distractingly. Get the funniest joke. Get that scrotum out of my Christian eyelids. I don't fuck with that smut.
I don't fuck with that smut.
In the comments, by far the barista joke was the crowd favorite.
Oh God.
The one-armed barista. Just make her the stir.
do it for Beyonce, my nan. You're like, what?
But I was like, maybe I was just like so excited for it. I was like, it's gonna be hilarious, and it wasn't that hilarious.
Really?
I didn't think so.
I love it.
I was watching it like it was kind of funny, but like less. I was like,
She sent me a picture of her fucking hairless cat. It was like a dick pic with whiskers. Like, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
I only gave it a 3.5.
Really?
Yeah.
I fucking loved it, dude. He's like, yeah, I was just doing normal black shit, sitting on the fucking porch, smoking a blunt, practicing my nunchucks. I was like, this is great.
I think that was his opener.
Yeah, it was super good.
Every time I heard a joke, I was like, Dennis is laughing at this.
Oh, yeah.
But I wasn't. I
You're
wasn't.
trying to watch it through his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish I could.
Me just eating a ton of edibles and watching it. Yeah.
And then you gave me an album for music homework too, and that was the band The Metro Shifter.
Yeah.
And the album was Metro Shifter 4. I can't tell you how many sets I've started just like that intro. Just like ringing out and crashing all your shit. Just
Yeah.
like so many times I've done that. No idea where this is going because the intro was just him repeating a line 2 times.
Yeah.
And that's it. But oh no, the vocals kicked in and he sounded silly. And then I went song by song for a little bit. 27 in 1997. I hope he's getting enough fiber, vitamins, and physical activity in his life now. The next song was called Advil. He should know all about that, being 55 years old. The name of a street. How come the worst street in every neighborhood is always named after MLK? Know where you're going. Women always be knowing. They want to be your everything. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your cousin, your accountant, your sister, your pastor. The song is good, though. Apple. I'd like to see one more Steve Jobs movie, but from China's perspective, because it's going to be a horror movie for sure.
Yeah, so he's like quoting jokes.
He's going to be a 75-foot winged creature who just breathes fire, like, make my phones.
Jesus.
Torsten Fratsky's story tells a fictional narrative about a man named Torsten Fratsky, often presented as a somewhat absurd and darkly humorous tale about a seemingly ordinary individual who experiences extraordinary, often strange, unsettling events in life. That wasn't a joke. That's just what Google told me about that song. And I don't have any more jokes for this review, but I like this record. It was cool.
All that being said,
6 out of 10. I liked it.
that's incredible.
It was weird, but it was cool as shit.
It sounds like a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, the
Metro Shifter 4.
There's definitely an NES cartridge of it somewhere.
Yeah. Dude, that one has a secret level where if you jump over the one barrel.
Yeah. You can find it at Player's Choice Video Games. In what the fuck is it called? Above Boyertown, that town I forget.
We always had did you guys have Funko Land down here?
I'm sure we did at one point.
Yeah. That was always where you can go trade in your games and everything. Funko Land. Were you a Funko Land guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have comics too?
No. Funko Land is what?
It was like just used video games
Oh, okay.
and like
Funko Land.
controllers.
all our Funko Lands became GameStops.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
I invested in Funko Land when everybody was buying GameStop stock. I put all my money in Funko bucks.
I tried to ride for EB Games, but they just couldn't do it.
When I was still young, like I only had I was an NES Sega Genesis guy. I only had a few games because you just couldn't afford games back then. But when I had there's all these games my friends had that I really wanted. When I was older and Funko Land was still a thing, I went back and bought all the cartridges for like $3 a pop. And you're like, damn, I'm living the dream that I always thought I was. And you're like, this is really sad. Yeah, this is really sad. Like, you're like a working adult and you're so stoked that you finally found like Tasmania and Vector Man. It's like, dude.
That's what you're saying. Metro Shifter 4 sounds like a NES game.
Yeah, true. I'm glad you liked it though.
Gay Streets of Rage.
Gay Streets of
Metro
Rage.
Shifter.
Actually,
You pick up a lead pipe, but then you blow a guy while you. Damn, dude. I used to get mad at Streets of Rage, dude.
Used to. I still know.
Shout out to my boy Bobo.
I was an Axel guy.
Yeah, always kicking you off the fucking helicopter.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
And the girl with the red shit on. Forget Carmen or not Carmen. I don't remember.
San Diego.
I just thought it was funny,
I was
like
nah, that's not it. It's
when you would like fight people in those games, like you would fight like somebody and have a name like Rex,
yeah,
and then like 3 screens later, you're fighting Rex again. It's like,
with different
does
colors.
this
He's
hair.
rendered a different color,
It's
yeah.
like, does Rex never fucking like learn his lesson?
Rex keeps changing his shirt, but I keep kicking his ass.
I keep fucking him up, and he keeps getting back up, and you're like, and by like the 10th time that happens, you're like, you know what? I respect
That's what I
Rex.
want. I want a
respect
game
Rex.
that's honest, where like you show up at the final level, and you're like, Rex, dude, you gotta come on, you gotta get better, change your life around.
He's like, I can take it. Like, Rex, seriously, statistically, you know that's not true.
He's like, okay.
It's like, look, dude, I fucked you up for like 8 screens, man. Like, look, I'm gonna go fight the boss. I'm gonna go through you every time. Just you sit over there. We're cool. And Rex is like,
All right.
yeah, like insurance premiums are fucking nuts. I can't get new dental work done. Like, fuck.
They're trying to kick me out of SAG.
And he's like 10 years later, they have the sequel, and like Rex has just turned it around. He's like a used car salesman. He's like, hey, I took that lesson you gave me on that ass beating, and like, look at me now, dude. You want
Come on
Honda?
down to big old Rex's.
Yeah.
I was laid off for 8 months in local 413, and then I just picked up this job. And
But now I got Rex's Toyotas. You want a Tercel? You want a Tercel, dude? I'll hook you up, man.
Yeah,
they
damn,
haven't-
you're Rex.
You taught me shit.
they haven't made them in 18 years, but I got one. showroom fucking new.
What the hell is a Tercel? Where did that name come from?
That's a good question. I just thought it was some kind of turtle.
I think that's the name of the fat alien ship, is the Tercel.
I was thought either that or it's like a really small portion of a turd, like a turd cell.
Oh, true.
That was dumb.
No, yeah, because
I
back
didn't
then they
think
weren't
so.
like there was like the Tiburon. Remember that?
Yeah, well, that
High on
honestly,
day.
I know what
And
that
it
is.
looked like a shark. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like Spanish for shark, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
Like, what do we find out? Fucking like Tercel's like Spanish for some like really just fucking like out of control shit. You're like, what's the Spanish for? It's like a date rape. You're
Oh,
like,
you never heard of
"What?"
the Tercel cartel?
You know, El Chapo, he was fucking scared of the Tercel.
Dude, the
guys.
Tercels came through. And
Oh, dude. He was on his best goddamn behavior when the Tercels came through town. He didn't fucking
rep your set. Tercel.
Yeah. Now, when we do the homework segment, we also ask our guests to come through. John, comedy, music, genre does not matter.
Oh, perfect. I got the perfect. Kidz Bop Greatest Hits 2024.
You think I won't?
No, do it. Throw it on there.
2024?
Yeah. Also, what
Greatest hits.
also Trolls. What album have we been rocking with mostly?
This rips, dude.
Trolls. Let me scroll past all these dead metal names. Yeah, Trolls Band Together. That's another good one.
Oh, that's a good title.
Is that
dude.
Trolls with a Z?
No, standard S. Yeah.
No, they don't
in
fuck
there.
around.
And then, you know what I'll also throw in there? It's not metal or hardcore or anything. Band Stay Ahead of the Weather. Get Old or Die Trying is the name of the album.
Nice.
Fucking great band out of Chicago. They put out one album and then disbanded. Good Chicago indie rock. I don't know if you fellas are into it or not.
The album's called what?
Get
Get Old or Die Trying.
Oh, Get Old.
I mean, stay out of the weather. That's just like, here, you know what I mean? It could be snowing. I wish I was dead.
I'll be a snowbird one day too.
Do you know how excited I am to listen to Kidz Bop and Trolls?
You'll so enthusiastically review that.
You know why?
Looking
Because
forward to it.
Trolls, I'm like, what do these guys got going on besides having a jewel on their belly and goofball hair?
Oh, you're in. You don't even know what you're in for with Trolls. It's all the songs you kind of hated from late 80s, early 90s redone for the Trolls movie.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Get ready. There's some rap
dude.
in there. At one point, Keenan Williams raps.
What?
Or not Keenan. What's
Kel?
Keenan
Mitchell?
Thompson?
Kel Mitchell?
I said Keenan Williams. Keenan Thompson of SNL and Kel fame.
Nice.
Best line.
I fucking love him.
He's got a line where he said, "Everybody treat me like I'm just a little baby." We walk around my house repeating that line over and over again.
I constantly repeat his lines from A, Good Burger, and B, when he was doing David Ortiz on SNL.
Oh, yeah.
So, we got
Mofongo?
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 We have a big Dominican lunch.
He does the big clap.
Yes. He did a thing that I quote constantly. It was something like When Great Minds Meet, and it was him doing Charles Barkley, and Kristen Wiig was doing Bjork.
Oh, yeah.
It is so fucking funny.
You know what's funny? There's so many
Bjork.
actresses that have nailed Bjork.
Yeah.
Winona Ryder did a great Bjork
Yeah.
On SNL in the 90s. I remember she had the one line was like, they cut to Bjork on Jeopardy, and she's like, "I like to make a song where I throw nickels into the oven." And then she does like, ting, ton, ting. And you're like, holy shit, that is a Bjork song.
The fucking thing with Charles Barkley and Bjork, like they're eating together in a restaurant. She's like, "Charles Barkley, will you like to hold my invisible baby?" He's like, "Oh, Bork, you're hilarious. You're like a white girl mixed with Dennis Rodman," and it's so fucking good.
Why don't you never buy your girl a watch? Because there's a clock on the stove.
Hey. Oh fuck, Tommy, what do you got for me this week?
Okay. For comedy, I have a special that I found on YouTube.
Okay.
Comic is Noel Miller.
Okay.
Noel Miller.
I've seen his name. I don't know his material though.
Special is called Death is FOMO. I
Come on,
laughed.
stupid fat thumb.
You want a fun fact that I know? His tour manager is the bass player for the Early November now.
Huh.
Yeah, fun fact. Shout out Tom Ryan. Good dude.
Another Grange and Early November callback.
Yeah.
The biggest line I ever saw in my life to get into that place was for when they played there.
For Early November.
When I was in like high school at some point.
Yeah.
It went all the way up the street past the Dunkin' Donuts. That's how long the line was.
Shit.
They have that as their... We played Warped Tour. We did this. You guys remember
it's
that
a
line
credit.
that went to the D&D?
It's a huge credit.
Yeah.
I remember I worked the door at the Grange a few times for Harry when he was booking it, and I would let kids in for free if they would make a run to Dunkin' Donuts for me, give me coffee.
That's such a good move.
Because I was like, at that point, I was probably like a little older than those kids going to the shows. I was like, hell, you're on the Dunkin', you get me a coffee, you're in here, dude.
I would have taken you up
Yeah.
on that.
Little kid in makeup, yo, go get me a fucking, just give me a large, extra cream, extra sugar. I'll let you in here. What else you got, buddy?
I have a music release for you as well.
Okay.
We listened to it in the car for just a second a couple of weeks ago. It's a new album from the classic crusty band Revenge.
Oh.
The album is called Violation.Strife.Abominate. I had no idea they were still making music. It's literally
Yeah, I thought they broke up
It's
long ago.
brand new.
Violation.Strife.
Abominate.
I don't even know if that's a sentence.
That's my mom had in her tombstone. It's
true.
crazy.
I seen his mom. She did, dude. She also had it all tattooed on her collar.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
You'll never walk alone below it.
Mama Montague. Who farted?
Yeah. Mine was just said equal rights, equal fights. I'm like, Nana, what the fuck, dude?
Blood in, blood out? What is that?
Right? Why is it on your knuckles? Jesus Christ. Grandma, you know you had knuckles.
We're so close to having mum-mums that are like that, like tatted up, like scene
Actually-
mum-mums.
Oh, it's not
They're
far
out.
out.
They exist.
Well, it does exist by now. Yeah, definitely.
there's scene mum-mums. I never thought about
There's
that.
definitely
It's so
Mama
gross.
with owl chess pieces.
Oh, yeah.
How nuts is it that there's
Sparrows.
yes, there's grandmoms.
Swallows.
There's grandmoms.
Swallows, that one.
There's grandmoms with nudes.
Pause.
There's grandmoms with nudes, dude.
There's a whole section of the internet for that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's your grandma. You know, I've seen her. Never mind.
Are you in my safari now or?
All right, what I got for you this week?
Yes.
This is one of my favorite guys. This is his most recent special. It's a guy named Doug Stanhope. The special is called Discount Meat.
Oh, it was on my list.
It's available on YouTube. It's a bit long though. It is an hour.
Doug, no way.
Hour and 20, I think, for like 3 jokes.
He did fall asleep for 11 minutes of it, though. He's just on the stage.
Yeah.
Classic
Yeah.
Doug.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, let me boys. And the album I got for you this week is a death metal band I'm sure you're familiar with called Devourment.
Yep.
And the album's
to me before.
this album's called Molesting the Decapitated.
Didn't we do this one already?
No, I gave you the most recent album last time.
Hearing that title and then you going like, "Poof, we've already molested the
Yeah.
Decapitated."
Can't we just let them like live their decapitated lives, you know?
Haven't they had enough?
Yeah, right? They're already decapitated for GD's sake. So like, oh.
I guess most molestation doesn't happen to the head, so you're good. It's
Right?
like body is the main target for molestation.
That's what I'm gonna do when I start molesting corpses or defiling graves. It's just gonna be like digging like a skull out of the ground and just going. It's like getting all that.
He gave him a wet willy. It wasn't
I'll
really
give him a wet
sexual.
willy,
Yeah, it's like I just took the skull. I was like, "What's that right there?" Boop. Oh, God.
Hit him with the fucking idiot.
It's like he's just fucking sitting there.
I can't wait for like one of my
Dumbass.
close friends to die, and I can do that when they're in their casket. I'm gonna
There-
open his eyelid and be like, "Got you one last time."
There was a thing. This was like Trump's first candidate presidency. Somebody in like a big. It was like a kid in like a school band. He was doing that
Oh yeah,
below the belt. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's a white power," because like it's similar to something the Proud Boys were doing.
Yeah.
But like I was like, "No, that's not what that is." And
no,
honestly,
he just got all of you guys
Yeah.
on national TV.
yeah. It's like everybody at CNN right now deserves a punch.
Yeah,
to
you're
the
all
shoulder.
owed a punch, dude.
You owed a punch to the shoulder, dude.
and
You
possibly
fucking
2
got-
for flinching.
And like,
Whoa.
I don't see it.
CNN's a lot of flinchers, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And yo, dude, that kid, I don't care if he's full MAGA or not. I'm like, you fucking got everybody.
Yeah.
You can have Hunter Biden's job of charisma. You're in, dude. Everybody, if you like what you hear here, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/IRRANDILL. $3 a month gets you an extra episode a month. Week. And we also have a bunch of other cool shit coming up. John Montague, everybody give him a follow. We have his links to his socials in the description of this pod. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is
thanks for taking
awesome.
the time.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm so glad to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry it took me so long to finally get down here. I feel like I canceled on you guys
Well,
too many times.
The last time I canceled because I got COVID.
True.
But like,
Who gets COVID in 2020?
yeah, dude, I would have been
Famous
mad, but I
last
was
words.
like,
So this episode's gonna come out next week, and I'm gonna be in bed with COVID now. Watch.
yeah, but yeah, I was
I
riddled.
told-
No, I'm glad we were able to do this. This is
All
awesome.
I had to send him was a screenshot, and he goes, "I fucking love this guy."
I will be the last person to ever get COVID. Like, I'll be that guy. Like, you know, like the last kid that gets skinny legs from polio. Everybody else has like full, thick legs. Well, yeah, we got polio, but you're the one with little skinny legs, you fucking freak.
Nice lopsided shoe, dickhead.
Nice chair, loser.
Goodbye.
See everybody next week.
1, 2, 3, 4 아 그럼 제가 선배